part of the HyperX Podcast Network. Alex, what'd you get for Christmas?
It's not here yet. It's a hoodie.
Okay, great. What kind of hoodie? Is it velour?
No, it is just a cute Dragon Quest hoodie that my wife got me.
I see. Of course it's Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
That's good.
I only wear DQ branded clothing.
Was it from, what are they called, Graniff? One of the Graniff ones? Or was that store called Graniff?
I don't think so.
Okay.
What about you? What'd you get for Christmas?
Some games.
What games?
Metroid Dread.
Cool.
Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Shin Megami Tensei.
Excuse me, yes. That was, then Forza Horizon 5.
Forza Horizon?
Yeah, I like the Forza Horizon games, but they have a really annoying universe.
What?
Because it's like it's like a giant festival and everyone's just way into cars and car stunts and everything. And you have these like friends or helpers who are just like talking over your radio and being annoying. You're the god king of the festival and everything you do is the best thing ever. There's some funny little tasks and missions and little races. Like for one early on is that you dress up a car in a parade float, and then you do a little parade. But after the parade, they decide to just jump the whole car and the float off a huge cliff, which is fun. It's part of the game. It's what happens in the game a lot. But when you do it, one of the assistant guys comes on the radio. And as soon as you get off the ramp, he's like, best idea ever. And I'm like, fucking shut up.
Oh, no.
It's so much of that shit. Just like, I don't need this fucking reinforcement.
Weird.
And I don't need it with that kind of fucking stupid, unfunny tone the whole time. Like I just went off a different random ramp in just a regular game session. Then the guy's like, please tell me you're getting 3 stars on every danger ramp. Oh yeah. Or something like that. I'm like, shut up, please.
Oh boy. We are firmly in the age of, the annoying wisecracking sidekick in video games.
I just feel like this game in particular just goes a bit overboard and it doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable enough that there is like Mexico would let like all of these sports cars run around and ram into deserts and through houses and stuff. And everybody in the entire country is like, fuck yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's the general attitude of those games.
Really more of an American attitude.
Yeah, you're right. But Mexico is North America.
That's true. Norte Americano.
Yeah.
I don't think I understand car people in general. Like, to me, being a car person seems to imply that you are fantastically wealthy.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. You have people who buy junky cars on purpose because they want to fix them up.
Right.
You know, they love wrenching.
That I understand, because you're buying something for cheap and you're using your knowledge of your hobby to fix something up and increase its value.
Yeah, much like with computers in that sense, just people into that technology, you know,
right,
and love learning about it.
Yeah, I guess.
And doing the best they can.
All right.
But you're right. There are the shallow people who just fetishize cars and just want a cool car because they think they are cool.
It's
the end. Cha-ching.
I don't want to hit on anybody, but
hit or hate?
Both. I'm always mystified when I see somebody, and it does happen every once in a while, like who has like a favorite car from childhood, because it's something that's so foreign and alien to me. Like, oh yeah, growing up, my favorite car was obviously the Saturn Cilantro SL2. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Right.
What are you talking about? How do you have a favorite car? It's the thing you get into when your mom takes you to the grocery store. And then later on, you get a license to drive one so that you can go to the grocery store instead. How do you have a favorite car?
I was kind of like that when I was really little. Like, I liked cars. I liked the look of cars.
Right.
So yeah, a particular car would just be cool looking to me. So I guess some of that still sticks now because I still like racing games and things, but I'm not into cars. I'm not a car guy. I just like the games a lot of times.
Right. I sincerely do understand why people like cars. I'm just explaining why
thank God.
Why it seems weird to me. Yeah. I
thought you were just I thought you'd just be a psychopath who's angry about nothing all the time.
No.
But thank God. Okay.
I can't understand how someone appreciates a sleek machine that is efficient. Obviously, that's something that would be appealing. I'm just saying that for me, it's a very alien concept.
That's valid. Both things are valid. We're all just living on this earth together.
Right? Just trying to make the best of it, and it mostly sucks. Some people have cars to enjoy. Me, I got
a bike,
the Super Nintendo, and a bike. Put them both
Super Nintendo and a bike.
Put them both together. What do you got? A little game called Uniracers.
Or half a bike for Uniracers.
I just buy 2 copies of Uniracers.
Okay.
I just play them side by side.
Wow, you're really breaking the rules there.
Yeah. Hey.
Uni means one.
Look.
Also university.
I hate having to repeat myself, but play it loud.
Wait, does it actually mean university racers?
Get an or again? 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 Yes, it does.
It's No More Whoppers. Welcome to the show, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Ray Barnholt, Electric Feel, and with me as always, my co-host, that's right, you know him.
2 words, Stanley Tucci.
Hey, I just got back from Italy, where I was making food, and then eating food.
All right, did you get a COVID test? You should probably do that.
Oh, shit! That's right.
It's his other new show, Tucci's Test.
Il examen Covido. Yeah, I did.
Hi, it's Alex Rayl.
Hi there, everyone.
There he is.
God
there
bless
is,
us,
yes.
everyone.
Alex, we'll get right into how you're feeling and everything. We'll talk about your feelings in just a second.
Okay.
I do want to address right at the top of the show, some people might have noticed we're on a new network.
That's right.
Which is kind of not really new, but the old network sort of went away. And a lot of the people just sort of lifted it back up. And now we're kind of part of a, I don't want to say real company, but a company that some people may recognize.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. Let's put it in terms that I think everyone can understand. You know, in Spider-Man 2, when Spider-Man 2 saves that train car full of people and they unconsciously crowd surf him across the train?
Unconsciously?
Yeah, like Tony Maguire has passed out. And they're just kind of crowd surfing him through the train. Remember that?
I do, yes. Keep going.
We are Spider-Man 2 in that situation. And the network is sort of picking us all up and crowd surfing us through a train. And now we're going to begin the climactic finale of the film with the new podcast network. We're coming back.
I get it. That was very beautiful. Thank you.
I forgot what happened in the movie.
Well, we're going to talk about it later. Don't worry.
He fights Dr. Taco Man. That's all I got.
Boy, you've been in Japan too long.
I have. Wait, where's my Japan drop? Hang on.
Octopus, right?
Oh, here it is.
Okay, thank you, Alex. I wanted to continue on that topic. Okay, I'm just in Japan right now.
I don't like the direction of your new Instagram.
Well, now it's OnlyFans.
Oh no, fans not getting.
All right, I just wanted to say, now that you've ruined the show, might as well keep going.
We've ruined the show.
You started it.
Sorry.
Last time on the old network, we said that, we did it because there might be some sort of, at least partly the reason would be the opportunity for some sort of sponsorship. Something a little extra coming towards us, That's
right.
Part of the reason to do a network, but we're also with some cool other shows. And a lot of them came back. So
yeah,
you'll hear from all of our friends again soon. Don't worry. But now it seems like more of a somewhat sure thing because you're probably going to hear something along those lines pretty soon in the show. So I'd say things are a bit more promising than they were last time. And I don't know if you agree or not.
Yes, sir.
Good enough. Thank you, my partner in crime, Alex.
What do we got? We got the same old great shows on the network. You've got us. You got No More Whoppers. Is Retronauts still on there?
I believe so, yes.
Check it out. You got Chekhov's Fun. That's on there. You got Enchantment Corner. That's on there. You got
You got Corner Enchantment.
Corner Enchantment is also in there. That one's
it's about bodegas.
Yeah. You got the Pals of Symphonia. That's on there.
Yeah.
That's all I can think of right now, but there's more coming every day.
Yeah.
There's a lot of promising content on the HyperX podcast network.
Yes, indeed.
And I'm glad to be aboard and copy.
You know what? I can't believe that a headset gained sentience and created its own podcast network.
It was bound to happen.
It was bound to happen, I guess, Yeah. We're all in the simulation.
We are.
Yeah, what are some other great shows? Not Without My Staves.
Is it staves or stavs?
You know what? It's staves, but they pronounce it staves.
Really?
I think they're Welsh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Anyway, fun show.
Yeah.
You got Foam and Friendship.
Okay. What's that about?
They talk about different kinds of foam, not limited to like soundproofing foam, like I'm surrounded by it, but also like bedding foam, even spray foam, like stuff you would do to fill in walls in your house, or maybe a flat tire, like fix a flat kind of foam.
Okay.
Really a lot of foam topics to be covered on that show, and I believe it runs 4 hours each and every week.
Oh my God.
You get a lot. You get a lot for your time. You get a lot for your patronage.
I'll tell you this, the only show I'm not excited about is it's called D20, and it's literally just 20 guys playing D&D.
Okay. I thought you were going to say 20 guys with the first initial D.
Oh, well, guess what? Yeah, that's also the case. Dave, Darren, Denny.
The first initial, the letter D. I don't mean initial D, the anime game franchise.
Deliathus, Dragon, Doragon C. Mikado.
No, that's a show.
Yeah.
He has his own solo project. Doragon C. Mikado's Wonderful World of fucking, what was it? Wrapping paper.
Cool.
Pretty seasonal show, as it turns out. But
I have come to the realization that I think the podcast format of nerds playing D&D has, like, I'm good. I don't need any more of it in any capacity.
Okay, how about Twitch? How about streamed D&D?
It's the same thing. No.
I'm telling you, that's the thing that gets all the money.
I'm sure it does, but like, I don't, it's not for me.
No, of course not.
It's like watching somebody else write a book. Like, I'm standing behind them while they're on the keyboard, and I'm like, "Hey, can I just go lay on the couch until you're done, and then I'll read it?" Like, why do I have to? Ugh.
I cannot imagine passively enjoying a D&D campaign.
Now, here's the thing. I think it's because the McElroy's Adventure Zone ruined me for them, because they did one where they played a D&D campaign with their dad, and the first season was phenomenal, and it was so good that everything else looks like it just bores me kind of in comparison. Even their own second season I couldn't get into, because it was like, oh man, you'd built such a good world, and you had so many cool plot things going on. I
like it when it was like for a purely comedic reason, like Harmontown did that, the Harmontown podcast. They started that off, but then they turned it into a series, and then it started getting too serious again. That's not what I'm here for. Just fuck around a bit. You don't need, like, there wasn't even like the original, like, when they just did it live on the podcast, it was just completely improvised horseshit. And it's just like, that's funny, because there's also a live audience reacting. It's just like, but then you do it with a structured show with another live audience, probably paid to be there. And again, it just gets up its own ass. I don't get it. I do not get that format. How could you like D&D campaigns so much to enjoy it passively?
I enjoy playing D&D with my friends.
Yes, which is not that.
Participating in it. Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather participate?
It's like listening to the audio of a bowling tournament.
Okay, another great metaphor here. Yeah. 2 in a row.
Like, I'm listening to you do this thing, but boy, I sure would like to be doing the thing instead.
Remember when I got that comic anthology book? I kickstarted that book, and like half of the stories were just like comic versions of people's D&D campaigns.
Yes.
I'm just like, okay, why? It was just like coincidental that like, seriously, like 2/3 of the stories in that anthology were just people doing their D&D campaigns.
I think in this day and age, you telling me about this funny thing that happened in your D&D campaign is the new you telling me about a funny dream you had.
Absolutely.
I think we all just need to have a blanket understanding that I don't care.
Now, how about this? What if it's not funny?
That's even worse.
What if it just looks cartoony, but is very somber and emotional? Like a fantasy story should be.
Well, that's...
Right?
Then that's not really an anecdote. That's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not an anecdote, no. That's a fucking saga you have to sit through.
Because I thought that, like, the most... Like, what is the most interesting D&D story you can tell? And I thought about this, because I had something...
All right.
Fortuitous happened to me in a D&D game, and for a while I would tell that story, and it was my character was at risk of being permanently killed unless I rolled really high to get myself out of it, and I rolled 3 nat 20s in a row, and which is incredible. I beat incredible odds,
right.
And my character survived. But as I thought about it, the more I told that story, even then it's not interesting.
Yeah.
Even then it's just like, I got lucky 3 times in a row. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, and I don't know what nat means.
Oh, you roll a d20 and the number 20 comes up. Like, you're not adding anything to it. It's a natural 20.
Oh, natural. Okay.
Yeah. And then you smoke a Natty Sherman to celebrate. That's how that works.
Oh, okay. I have another question.
Okay.
What is that?
It's like an upscale cigarette from New York.
All right.
They come in a long, thin case.
Does it also mean natural?
No, I think the guy's name is Nat Sherman.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was obvious, but I don't play D&D, never really have.
That's fine.
I have done maybe the closest possible thing I ever did was just like when I was like 10 or 11, camping in a tent with some of my best friends, and we just started like improvising a story together, like going round robin.
Fun. Yeah.
Doing one of those. But yeah, without any sort of game-like conceit, just like unraveling the story.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Probably the peak of my creativity and imagination before it all died off in adulthood. How about that?
It's not dead. You're making video games now.
Not
that takes creativity.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess. There's no story to the one I'm doing now, though.
Well, I'll write one.
Okay.
Chapter 1. Oh, fuck, it's hard.
I know, right? Told you.
The zookeeper entered the castle tower.
All right, man.
To find the jewels already stolen.
It's pretty good. Let's run with that.
I gotta get out of here. She thought as she blew a whistle and summoned her pterodactyl.
All right.
Page 2.
Alex, okay, another new thing I want to talk about. To close out that first topic, everybody, thanks for supporting us. Nonetheless, it's good to be at least on some sort of network where something good may actually happen. So there you go.
Yeah.
But now it's also 2022, Alex. We have entered the 10th year of No More Whoppers.
That's right.
Coming up in February will be the 10th anniversary of the show. How do you feel?
Great.
Okay, good.
It's been 10 years. The podcast has seen us through good times and bad times.
I'm Alex.
Alex times and Ray times.
Yeah.
Air circulation.
Air circulation times.
Dragon Quest poetry.
Suffocation times. Dragon Quest poetry times and Final Fantasy short prose times.
It's a book.
Book times and compact disc read-only memory times.
Did I tell you I'm Italian? Let me restate that.
Italian times and Mitchell times.
Right. Yeah, of course. Definitely a lot of Mitchell times.
A lot of Mitchell times.
Of course, that also describes our friendship, basically.
That's true.
We're also
Do I still have any of my Mitchell drops?
20 years of our friendship.
For NES.
There we go.
10 years of our podcast.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, we could have started a podcast a lot earlier because they didn't really come into prominence until like 2005.
That is true.
We could have done one back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think I would have been still against doing it long distance.
Right, sure. Well,
because the way it started out,
and you still are for some reason.
No, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it now.
I was setting you up there.
Well, thanks. No, because I used to do for a couple of years. I did a podcast with a local guy here in Nagoya, and then that just crashed and burned.
Yeah,
and then I think we had the idea to do one together, but I was a little unsure because long distance. I like to be in the same room.
I heard the problem with that show, really, why it crashed and burned, is that it was too good.
It was, yeah. You know what? The world just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, it's like a unstoppable force meeting an immovable object.
It was pretty awful.
Yeah. But you and your podcast enemy, you made up, right?
Oh yeah. He came to the bar last year, a couple years ago.
So I'm glad you matured and sort of, I'm guessing, realized that it was just a personality clash in a certain context, and so
it absolutely, yes, it was.
Yeah, I think we've been over it. But
yes, well, yeah, and then yeah,
we don't need to do the whole No More Whoppers history just yet. We don't need to have the special celebration just yet. But
no, I'm just running it down. Just a brief summary. So then we decided to do No More Wo.
That's right.
And the next 10 years is history.
No, well, beforehand we did those one-offs on Crunk Games.
That's right.
Because we had nowhere else to put them, so it's just like,
yeah,
we did Phantasy Star and Dragon Quest podcasts, which are still up there. CrunkGames.com. I'm keeping it up. It's on Google Cloud. Hopefully, not costing me any money anymore. A lot of fun. Google Cloud. I mean,
you want me to Google Cloud right now?
No, the service is called Google Cloud.
Hang on a sec.
I host it on Google Cloud.
Oh. Wait.
Could you also Google Claude? Claud?
In the same Claude or just Claude?
Yeah, Claude.
All right.
What game fan thought Cloud Strife was called?
Wow, really?
Yeah, the original.
I mean, I guess I can't blame him because Cloud is not a name.
No, yeah,
it's a dumb name for a character.
Yeah, Claude is, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I'll call him Claude for like the first 3 months until we find out that
okay.
Square's actually
looks like the most famous Claude is, of course, Claude Monet.
Oh, really?
The artist.
Not Claude Rains?
No. And then Claude Debussy. Claude Rains is the third most famous Claude.
Oh, all right, cool.
And then Claude Lelouch?
No, Joel Lelouch.
Oh, sorry.
That's the guy we know.
That's right. And also, Claude is a character in the Grand Theft Auto series who appears as the protagonist of Grand Theft Auto 3 set in 2001 and a minor character in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas set in 1992. He also appears in Grand Theft Auto Online as a parent character model.
Great.
Also known as Fido, a handsome handyman, and Reaper Man.
Fido?
Status alive.
Okay, great. Age? Do we have an age?
I have closed the tab.
Oh, I gotta know the age. Fine.
A robust 41.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
That'll be us soon enough.
Yeah.
So new network, new decade of the show.
New network, who dis?
And I am still staring down a new house. I am not moved in yet during recording. Maybe by the time this episode goes up, but still working on it. Still waiting for floors to be installed. Still waiting for walls to be repatched up because all of the pipes needed replaced. That was fun. But I'll tell you what, it's now, unfortunately, the end of the road for the No More Whoppers dog pound.
What? Wait, no. No, if it's a sad moment, you should play that at like half speed. Right?
You're the boss.
Yay! I think that's too slow.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Just set the speed to like 11 o'clock.
I'm not a pro at this like you are, mister.
Set it to 0.55 speed. There we go. As we bid goodbye to the No More Whoppers dog pound.
right now.
Great.
Star
Well, we're
Wars
gonna
The
miss it.
Phantom Menace.
Thank you.
God, yeah. Yeah. So still waiting on the house. Should be pretty good all after that, and then we'll be right back into it.
Nice. No more possum encounters.
However,
Hi.
the delays with the house means I have to drive an hour to do my university orientation day. I don't remember if I mentioned this on the show, but
Oh, you
basically,
did, yes.
yeah. So rather than driving 10 minutes from our new place in San Jose, I'm going to have to probably just drive an hour in at probably 7 a.m. just to get there.
Ugh.
It's not the end of the world. It's just kind of annoying. I just would have liked that to have lined up, and maybe it won't. So that's the stupid shit in my life.
That's dumb. Well, all right. So we've covered the materialistic side of the holidays, but what
Yeah.
did you do for the actual day? What did you do for Christmas? How did you celebrate?
Enjoyed material things.
Yay!
We basically stayed home because my mom went to visit my niece. She was with them for Christmas. And then
Oh,
at home, since we were just kind of in the middle of doing this house stuff and, slightly stressed, it was just more sensible to just stay home and not worry about decorations or anything. Of course, we did get presents. Did get gifts for each other. That's a natural
That's
thing to
right.
do. Got to get gifts. And made a dinner. And a sensible dinner.
what'd you have?
Oh, just like a baked fish on rice. Spanish rice, turmeric rice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good rice.
Yeah. It was good fish.
And good fish. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We did. We meant to go out for big steaks. We have this holiday tradition of going out for big ass steaks.
Yeah.
And I had forgotten to make a reservation, so I called them up the day before, and they were like, "We're full."
Oh, yes, of course. Japan does recognize Christmas, but it's not a religious thing, and it's not like a big everything shuts down type of holiday. Do I have that right?
No. Oh, all 15 years I've been in Japan, unless it falls on a weekend, I'm working on Christmas Day.
Right. So like you said, with, the restaurants being full up and stuff, the way I take it is like Christmas is more aligned with like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's more of a couples thing,
Yeah.
really.
I have no idea if kids make a big event out of it in the same way they would in the West, or at least America.
Yeah. You get together with your loved one. Yeah. Not
Sure.
loved ones. I guess that implies family. With your partner, and you go out for a dinner. You got to get that KFC Christmas bucket, and then you get that Christmas cake.
Yeah.
You got to do it up just like they do in the West.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, I wish we had the presence of mind to get KFC. I mean, come on. Yeah, I never even wanted to ever go out during Christmas. That was just not a thing because everything's closed, right? But it turned out my wife really loves IHOP. And so one year we were going to IHOP on Christmas morning. And I'm a little bit like, okay, well, whatever you want. And a little bit anxious at the time. Not this year. It was like in 2015 or something. But we did it. And it was okay. I just feel sorry for people who got to work.
I worked on Christmas Day here in Japan. It was Saturday. It was very chill. Probably the weirdest thing in general was I only had 3 customers all night.
Okay.
One was a regular, and then it was just this couple came in that I'd never met before, a Japanese couple.
Mr. and Mrs. Claus.
Mr. and Mrs. Claus. The guy had like bleached blonde hair, but he was also like 50-something.
Okay, sure.
Japanese guy, and he was wearing a sequined hoodie.
All right. I think I've beat him up in a Yakuza game before.
Cool. Yes. Yeah, he seemed like he just stepped out of a Yakuza game.
Yeah.
And his lady friend looked to be about half his age and just kind of all dolled up for Christmas. And it's probably one of my least favorite kinds of customer because all they really know about video games is maybe they played one a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's one of those situations where they came into my bar because I'm one of the few places that's still open.
Yeah. So a model customer.
Yeah. So like, oh God, it's the fucking worst. Hang on. I'm so angry. My earbud just popped out. Okay. There we go.
Have you heard of Famicom?
It's the worst because like, I know it's going to be bad when someone pops their head in the door and says, what kinds of games do you have?
That very first Nintendo. You understand what I mean by that?
Yeah, that. And then I have to say, video games. What? Video games? You mean like the Famicom? Yes, like the Famicom.
In Japan, they called it Famicom.
In Japan, they still do. And then they decided to come in, and they sat in the corner. They ordered some lemon sours and played some oh my God. The first thing was the guy was like, Mario, I want to play Mario.
Have you ever heard
Mario?
of Nintendo?
I'm like, yeah, I got Mario. He points at the Super Famicom. He's like, I want to play Mario. I want to play Mario on that. I'm like, all right. So I go get Super Mario World, and I put it in. I hook it up. Plumbers. There's not one hooked up on the back table, so I have to find a working one. All my Super Famicoms are breaking. I got to find more.
Oh, no.
Find new ones. I hook up the Super Famicom on the back table. I put in Super Mario World. I fish out some controllers. I hook up the 2 controllers, and then I turn it on. And it's another I told you to shave those sideburns bit because I turn it on and he goes, no, I want to play Mario.
Oh my God.
I'm like, this is Mario. He's like, no, I want to play Mario on the Super Famicom. And I'm like, this is that. And he's like, no, it's I'm like, oh, you want to play Super Mario Brothers on the Famicom? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so then he points to the Famicom. He's like, yeah, that one. I'm like, why didn't you point to that first?
God.
So then I have to break down the Super Famicom and then hook up the regular Famicom.
Yeah.
And then I put in Super Mario Brothers, and I think they played for like 15 minutes. And they're like, this sucks. I'm bad at Mario. Let's play something else.
Uh-huh.
All right, sir. Very cool. And then his girlfriend said she wants to play Sailor Moon, so I've got to hook the Super Famicom back up. No! And then find the Sailor Moon Super Famicom game. I think they did that for another 10 minutes. And then they switched to Super Bomberman, and then they finally gave up and left. Fortunately.
Well,
and I was relieved, honestly, because that's the kind of customer I don't do well with is someone who just doesn't know much about game. Like when you walk through the door, I there's a baseline assumption that you know something about games.
you know there is a difference between a Famicom and a Super Famicom.
Right. Like that's important knowledge. Like I'm not asking anybody who comes through the door to be an expert on games because I'm certainly not. I don't keep up with new releases or anything. But just have a baseline of knowledge.
Yeah.
And so I was relieved when they left because I could breathe a sigh of relief and close down and go home for the evening. And then I went to work the next day and they showed up again.
What the fuck? Wow. For Boxing Day?
And yes.
Jesus.
And this time they brought 3 friends. Oh wait, maybe it wasn't. Hang on, wait. I gotta look at my calendar. I gotta get my story straight here.
Okay.
No, yeah, it couldn't have been the next day because I was closed. It must have been the following Tuesday, the 28th. But yeah, they showed up the next week, and they brought 3 friends. So now it was 5 people who barely remember anything about the Famicom or the Super Famicom.
Really? Wow.
And with them was, I guess, one of the girlfriend's friends, another, I think she
teenager.
She's almost. I think she said she was 22.
Uh-huh.
But the whole time, like, person who doesn't know anything at all about video games is one of the more troublesome customers I can have. The other kind of troublesome customer is
guy who knows too much.
No, well, yeah, but in this case, it's a person who wants me to teach them English immediately.
Well,
and she's asking me for I think at what very, very broad questions that are impossible to answer. Like one question she asked me was just, what are some good English phrases I should know? Teach me some English phrases. I'm like, I don't know. But I need some context. Like, what are you doing? How much English do you already know? Where are you going? Why do you need it? Not just teach me some phrases.
Do you have any Mortal Kombat stuff?
I feel like this is also a part of Japan's fixation on phrase books and phrases in general.
Oh, of course. It's the basic understanding of what language learning is.
Yeah, I not just Japan, but like I think phrase books in general are worthless if you're trying to learn a language. Like if you're going on vacation somewhere and you need some like emergency things to say, yeah, maybe pick up a phrase book. But like, don't study a phrase book if you're learning the language because you're not there yet. Like she was also asking me things like, what movies should I watch to learn English? And I'm like, none. Like, get a textbook first. You need to learn the basics before you can start watching movies and shit.
Well, or better yet, pick one.
Yeah, there's also that, like something that you like. But it's shit like that seems so obvious. I feel like when someone asks it, I feel like I'm falling into a trap and I'm going to give the wrong answer because the question is so obvious. Is this a trick? Why are you asking me this? How do you not already know this?
I do have one question for you.
Hi.
Do you still call the bar part a kaiwa? Like somewhere on a sign or anywhere?
No.
Okay.
Nowhere.
All right. It just came up.
It still says it on the old flyers I made when I first opened 7 years ago. I handed the flyers out to other bars. I cannot imagine any of those flyers still survive.
No, of course not. I was just asking. I thought maybe it was on a sign somewhere around the bar.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. I feel like the first time the guy came in and he was demanding Mario on Famicom, I would have had a back of the head fear that he might pull a knife if you don't get the right Mario.
Oh. No.
Right?
They were just some pals having fun.
Fine. Well, it sounds like a fun holiday for you.
It was great.
Oh, boy.
Great Christmas.
You got any new drinks there?
You mean?
Yeah. No. Okay.
No, I don't. I've been meaning to put together a special. I finally put together a proper menu last year. And I've been meaning to put together a list of specialty cocktails, but I've not done that yet either.
Right.
Because like I have a list of cocktails I've made up, but like I don't know. There's already a million fucking stupid video game cocktails on the internet.
Well, you can make 1,000,001.
Oh, jeez. And like I made up some of my own, but some of them like share names with existing ones, and like I don't know how popular they are. Like if someone comes in and they order a fucking, give me a Kablam Joe Kazooie, and I've got a
The theme drink thing is so stupid. It's like assuming that's what people want, and then you give everything stupid names that I don't want to say out loud.
Yeah.
There is one around San Jose. I think I told you. It's called Mini Boss. It's like they got one called a Phoenix Down and Killer Queen, which is an indie arcade game.
Okay.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Well, too bad. They got a drink named after it.
Okay.
They got a Lulo Multipass.
What the fuck?
I don't even think that's a game reference, right? That's the Fifth Element, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So not even game related.
Wait, isn't that Lilu?
Maybe they named it Lulo to avoid copyright.
Adventures of Lulo.
Lulo's a fruit though, so I believe that's the pun.
Hey, we don't need to stoop to name call.
Hey.
Okay.
Got him.
Thank you.
Finally shut him down.
Oh, I'm not owned.
Here's the worst one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's a dual reference. So get ready for the Drop Dead Fredemption. Alex, don't hang up. I'm just the messenger. Please. That's not the hang up sound, but
I'm going to get in my car and drive away.
Yeah.
I like Drop Dead Fred though. It's a good movie.
Yeah, but when it's also a dual reference with the cowboy video game,
Yeah, what's the connection?
there is no connection.
Is it because it's possible that it's because Rick Mayall was in a Super Nintendo commercial and that's video games?
Well, it was a British commercial, so
Yeah.
I'm not sure everybody knows that,
Oh, shit.
especially not in a Bay Area barcade.
That's fun. Video game themed cocktails, I guess, are fun. I do have some. I have some that people order off menu because they know I make them. But that's just a handful.
Sure.
And I need to properly put them on a menu, make a proper menu. Like, I understand that I have to have them, as part of the experience.
Do you really though? Because like, is there people rushing in going like, "Hey, where's your goofy cocktails?"
Yeah.
Or how
There
about
is that.
just give me a drink? Oh,
There's both. It's mostly like not to overly generalize. It's mostly young people and it's mostly Nintendo fans. It is predominantly young Nintendo fans who come in.
That's a fair generalization.
Yeah. It's mostly young Nintendo fans who come in and are like, I want to try, where's your wacky Splatoon cocktail? Where's your Donkey Kong cocktail? And I'm like, okay.
Splatoon?
I can
Did they
make
just
you a
hit
gin.
drinking age?
Yes.
Ay.
I should say the vast majority of customers don't care. Like they know what they like and they'll order that. There's one guy who I wish would order fucking drinks. He's getting better about it, I guess, but I don't know if I talked about this before. He likes to order by color, which is not something I like. Like, here's the best thing you can do when you order a drink. Say the name of a fucking drink, and then I'll make that drink and then put it in front of you. The next best thing is make me something with gin in it. Make me something with rum in it. Okay, you're giving me a good baseline to go on. I can make something with that. All the way down at the bottom of the list, the worst fucking thing you can say is just, I feel like red today. Make me a red. Make me something red.
This sounds like the same person you've brought up, I think, 3 times in a row now on the show.
Oh, have I? Have I already done this rant? Okay.
It sounds like the same person.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
All right.
No, not the drink rant, just a rant about the person.
I don't think I have though. I don't know.
Okay. All
Maybe. But it's like, it only becomes an issue when he decides that's his color for the night. And so I've got to come up with like 4 or 5 different cocktails that are the same color but taste different.
Who lives like this?
After the third one, I'm just like, fuck you, buddy. I'm just making you the same Like, give me a fucking order, not a goddamn color, you idiot. And like, he'll come in next week and it'll be green, and he'll come in the next week and it'll be purple. He's trying to be cute and quirky. And, boy, it doesn't work.
Anyway, otherwise, how's the bar doing?
I know he knows what drinks are. It's great. It's doing fantastic.
Great.
It is, yeah,
Are you still floating on stimulus money?
I still got a whole bunch banked, and sales have been picking up since October, the back half of October when the restrictions were lifted. Unfortunately, Japan has, placed its own international restrictions on entering the country, which I guess are going until February.
Okay.
Really hoping we can lower those sooner rather than later, because gotta get more new people in the country / bar.
Until there's a new variant of the virus.
That's right. It's already coming in strong. I heard they're calling it the King K. Rool variant.
Oh, that's really nasty.
It's super nasty. It's got like 3 different forms.
Oh.
Yeah, fires a comical blunderbuss at you.
Yes.
Throws a crown at you. It's pretty good.
Oh, God. Well, all right. Shall we take a break, perhaps?
Let's take a quick break and come back, because we got to talk about how we rang in the new year.
A new improved break. All right.
Yeah, home improvement. Come on back for Tim the Toolman Taylor.
And guess what? I watched a lot of movies.
The Santa Claus.
The New Year's Claus.
But the heart is also heavy. The beautiful engineers are all dead. The secret ignition and fire for their own lever. In the future, the now drinks vodka laments security forces. But the heart is also heavy. The beautiful engineers are all dead.
Hi, we We have a podcast where we go to Podford University, a fake college where you...
Wait, it's fake?
Yeah, what? I just paid tuition.
I did too.
To who? We're doing the ad. Let me finish. Find Podford University, available wherever podcasts are sold and on the HyperX Podcast Network.
We're back. It's No More Walker. Fuck.
No. God,
no.
We got this new network. You fucked it all up.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is going to be someone's first impression. You fucked it up.
Folks, welcome to our Walking Dead podcast, No More Walkers. Talking about how much we hate those gosh dang zombies. Also, welcome back to No More Whoppers. I'm Alex. That's Ray.
This is Ray.
What'd you think of the most recent episode of The Walking Dead?
Boy, oh boy, I really enjoyed the reveal of Wyatt's betrayal to Tanya.
Right?
While he was getting ripped to shreds by a walker. Is that what they're called?
Yes.
And then
and it's extra funny because the Walker was played by
don't
Chuck
say
Norris.
no. I knew you
as
were
a
fucking
nod,
gonna.
Yeah, as a nod to Walker Texas
You
Ranger.
unoriginal sack.
Hey, wait a minute. Who's made that joke before?
You did just now.
Unoriginal? It's possible we just had parallel thinking.
Yeah, of course.
It's kind of shitty to just to assume that because we thought of the same joke that makes me unoriginal.
Yeah, but I think you're going to jail for that one, mister.
The warrant!
What?
The warrant!
Oh. Yeah, speaking of jail, I think The Walking Dead Season 3? Is that the one? I don't remember. I kind of fell off of the show after Season 5 or 6.
I'm surprised you got that far.
Yeah, I was surprised I got into it to begin with because the premise is just what if zombie apocalypse, but like we've seen that 1,000 times already.
Yeah.
And I guess the strength of it was the characters. Like, all right, like we've seen zombie apocalypse, but now we've got some here's some different characters. Here's some interestingly written characters, and then I think once they exhausted that, once that kind of fizzled out, then I lost interest.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I never watched it. I never watched Game of Thrones, but then like a friend of a friend one day, as we were just out hanging out, was like, you watch Game of Thrones? And I said, no, not really. I'm not really interested. And they went, why? And I'm like, I'm not interested. I can't explain why some things don't interest me.
Wow.
They're like, what do you mean not interested?
What do you mean?
Okay, not exactly that, but it was that attitude like, what? You don't, what? And it's just like,
hey, do you want some grapefruit juice? I bought too much grapefruit juice. No, I don't like it. What?
Yeah.
Why? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't like it. It's not for me.
I think there are some people who think that I'm going to be a certain way because I like video games. Yes. I'm a video game man.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I also feel like there are certain people, and we kind of got into this the other day when we were recording the network promo. We were kind of talking about this, about people who are creators versus people who are consumers. And I know plenty of both, and they're all great people. But people who are primarily consumers are the people who tend to identify with a lot of fictional media, a lot of TV and movies, and try to sort of push it on you and make recommendations. And it is the last thing that I want. There's no recommendation that I want. You don't need to tell me to watch or do anything. If you do, I promise you I'm 100% not going to do it.
And in my case, I'm probably aware of it, and again, I'm not interested. The end.
Yeah. It's closely related to people who request YouTube videos at the bar, which is why I had to reinstate the 500 yen video charge.
Here we go again.
Yeah, because there were a couple of guys who would just constantly request YouTube videos, and I think by requesting like funny YouTube videos, they were trying to ingratiate themselves with me by saying, "Look at this funny video that I found and now have given to you. Don't you like me more now?" That's how it came across to me. Like
Sure.
I consider myself very adept at reading people and sort of, feeling out a room and knowing why people are doing things. And a lot of it came off as, look at the funny videos I'm giving you. Can we be friends now? And that's at its absolute worst when it's a barrage of like 30-second videos. Like, you haven't seen XYZ? Search for XYZ. That's part of the consumer archetype, I guess, if I were to just lay it out as a general type of person who comes to the bar.
This is also the general type of complaint you have about working at the bar.
Yes. I like talking about media, obviously. I like talking about things that I like and shows and movies and games and everything.
I do have one more question for you.
What?
About how you run that bar.
Yes.
Were you initially inviting people to do YouTube videos? Like, yeah, okay, you can do that.
It became a thing that we would do after I close.
I see. Okay.
It's after midnight. It's just us 5 or 4 or however many people. I'm going to lock the door. And here's what we're going to do. This is what we used to do. Is I used to pass around a piece of notebook paper and we would all write down a video that we wanted to watch, anything that was under 10 minutes. And it could be comedy, it could be music, it could be whatever.
Okay.
And then I would play those on and we would just do that for a couple of hours. We called it YouTube Jukebox.
Okay, interesting.
And that was fine and that was fun. But then it became a problem when people started to expect it during the daytime hours. And I've got to be like, no, we don't do that yet. That's later. You can't just come in and request a 7-minute song. Like, that's not how this works.
Yeah. So a really great failing of reading the room, the fact that, hey, we do this after hours.
And there was one guy, he was a very generous guy. He donated a lot of cool stuff to the bar.
Uncle Moneybag.
He lived in Nagoya for a couple years. God bless his heart, but he would request like 30-minute comedy skits. And I'm like, first of all, no comedy skit should be more than 2.5 minutes.
Skits.
Second of all, what do you think you're doing? Yeah. Like, you can't, this is not how this works. Like, there are other people who come into this room. Like, randos can come in here. This is a business open to the public. If a young couple comes in and they want to sit at the table and play Mario Kart, I don't want them to hear shrieking Tim Heidecker in the background, you fucking idiot. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, this is a public space, and you need to respect that. Jesus Christ.
I mean, I did that when I was 11, and we had a family reunion at the house.
Yeah.
The most any family members have been in the house. And I'm hanging out with the other kids in the family, and we decide to go up to my room and maybe play some video games. I decide, let's keep everybody entertained and put a movie on. I choose Ace Ventura.
Yes.
Which is, of course, the director's cut with the opening scene of the lady giving him the wild blowjob.
What?
In the intro. So anyway, after we're all done upstairs and playing games, I come back down and the TV's off. And I'm like, oh. Mom must have turned it off in a haste or something.
Oh, no, Mom!
The movie should still be on by now, but no. Or maybe she just turned it off, realizing that there was no kids to watch it or anything.
I think Ace Ventura 2 was the hardest I've ever laughed in a movie theater.
Holy hell. Okay.
It was a different time.
It was a different time.
And I was a different age.
That hippo scene is still classic, though.
Yes. Isn't it a rhino?
Right. Whatever. Same difference.
I think that was the scene that like put me over the edge. Like, I was just laughing uncontrollably.
Helps to be in a theater with other people laughing as well. Anyway,
don't come to the bar and request video. I mean, you can. That's why I charge them for it now. It's 500 yen per 5 minutes.
All right. Or just don't come to the bar.
So if you want to put on a movie that's 5 minutes and 1 second, that's 1,000 yen. And there is a note underneath that says it's free on your phone because it fucking is.
Yeah. Hey, also, if you have any desire to impress Alex, just don't come to the bar.
Yes, that's the best way to impress me. Is don't subject me to you.
No.
I'm talking specifically to the people who want to request 30-minute videos.
Yes, of course.
I do want to meet nice, genial folks. I think it is a nerd thing. It's a basic lack of awareness and lack of respect for others. As long as you get the thing that you want, that tickles the part of your brain that makes you happy. I feel like I'm slipping more and more into Costanza every day, but like we are. I mean, society has some unspoken rules, and
we live in a society.
If you're going to force me to speak them to you, I will.
Yes. Because I would love it.
I'm Alex.
I'm he.
Well, speaking of movies, I'd like to recommend you play this movie on your TV, Spider-Man No Way Home.
How was it good? I've not seen it.
I know it's not out in Japan yet, right?
That's right, yes.
It's not out until like the 5th or the 7th or some shit.
I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to talk about any spoilers or anything, but yeah, worth seeing.
Yeah.
Pretty entertaining.
Here's the other part of why I'm not in media consumption mode right now. It's because I'm still in
media res.
Yes, thank you. I'm still in Final Fantasy 14 mode, and it's like,
well, that's a lot of consumption.
You know how in World War Z, when the zombies ignore the cancer girl?
Again with the zombies.
You know how in World War Z, when the zombies ignore the cancer girl?
Shockingly, yes, I do know.
Okay, good. That's like FF14 is my cancer. As long as there is still content left to be done,
swarming around you.
Yeah, as long as there's still content left to be done, my brain doesn't even acknowledge other forms of media.
Well, that's very impressive.
I guess.
Nevertheless, even a Marvel movie can't move the mountain that is you.
No. Right. I've been running the extreme trials. Here's the thing though, is I think now my brain is starting to create artificial reasons to play the game because I've gotten all the drops I want. What?
Probably chasing the dragon.
Yes, I'm chasing the cat right now. Because I've gotten the drops, the weapon and the armor drops from the 2 new extreme trials at the very end of the game.
You got the hardest, what? I'm sorry, say that again. I lost you for that.
Extreme trials.
No, you got the drops, the weapon, the what?
And I guess not armor, but accessories.
All right. Do you also have
the warrant?
No, these two boss fights also drop mounts. They drop I think the mounts for this every expansion has a different animal as a mount. And then every boss just drops a different palette swap of that.
All right.
And then once you collect them all, you can combine them into a super mount, which I don't think I've ever done. No, I did it with horses. And the mount for Endwalker is big cats. And I've seen the mount. I've seen other people who have the mount. It doesn't look good. I think it looks really dorky and dopey.
Oh, crappy mount.
And I'm still grinding it out because it's content.
It's a thing to check off. Yeah. On the list, and make a number go up, spend more money per month.
Thank you. Yes. And because I do enjoy the fights. Like they're fun. They're very challenging, but I have
all the killing.
Don't you, Snake. I have 40 kills on one boss and about a dozen kills on the other boss. I've not seen this thing drop. I've not seen the mount even drop once.
Sounds great.
They build in a safety for losers. Every time you kill this boss, you get a totem. You get a drop called a totem, and then you can trade in 99 totems for the mount eventually.
All right, fantastic.
So right now I've got 40 totems for one. I'm almost halfway there. It's a lot of dumb busy work for a mount I'm probably never going to use.
Yeah, and you're going to do it again in however many years until the next expansion.
Well, here's what's up with that. The new Savage content drops, oh gosh, by the time this is out. The new Savage content will be out. So
I don't know what that means. What is Savage?
All right, I'm sorry. Hang on.
I don't know anything about this fucking game.
All right, Square Enix.
I know there's chocobos.
Yes, okay. What else do you know?
Tomberries? Do they have those?
Yes.
All right, I only played fucking single-player games. This is why I spend all my time in Forza Horizon.
Okay.
Trying to please some fake people who say ironic nerd shit at me over the radio.
Let's back this up. Here's how to handle that in a calm. I can't believe I'm telling you how to be calm.
Yeah, go
Here's
ahead.
how to handle that in a calm way is to say, hang on a sec, what's Savage? Okay.
Keep in mind, I am doing it for humor for the purpose of the podcast.
Okay. Because I do not. There is also another guy who does come to the bar who
and yells at you.
Yes. Gets very, very angry and uptight if you don't remember details about things he doesn't like or hasn't done.
It must be me.
I don't think so. But like let's just say, for example, he doesn't I think he's just self-conscious about the things he doesn't do. Like, for example, this is just an example, but like if he, let's say he can't ride a bicycle and he tells me that and 6 months later I tell a story and I'm like, you know how sometimes in Japan when you're riding your bicycle and then before I can finish, he'll interrupt with, I told you I can't ride a bicycle. It's like extremely uptight. I don't know if it's an inadequacy thing or what, but it comes through in a lot of conversations if you don't remember every specific detail about his dislikes or inabilities. Is that a word?
Alex, we haven't recorded this show for more than an hour, and you have just been spilling out unresolved issue after unresolved issue about people at the bar that come to the bar.
Yeah, because it turns out I don't like people. That's not true. I do, but it's like
you don't like the same, I don't know, handful of people. It honestly always sounds like the same person, really, but maybe that's just how I'm hearing it.
I mean, sometimes. I think what it is look, I mean, to be completely blunt about it, video games attract a certain personality type, and there's it's a big umbrella, and there's a lot of personality types under that.
And you thought it would go great once you opened a bar for him.
I thought I could just be drunk every day and not worry about it, but it turns out I decided to quit drinking, so now I do have to deal with it.
Yes, and now you are bringing this up much more often than you used to.
Yes. I just passed 2 years, though, by the way, so that's something.
That is okay. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
But we're here to talk about your complaining.
Yes. I think it's just games attract a certain type of personality, and it's a personality that it turns out I just don't have the patience for. It's just a lot of too much attention to detail, or not enough attention to detail, or too much, me having to guess what people are thinking, or people get angry, or people ordering fucking drinks by color. It's a lot of bullshit that I just don't enjoy putting up with. Like, I maybe I need to start putting something on the menu that just says no ordering by color.
You're gonna have to add so much to the menu in a little bit. I feel like
there is a full menu. I've got every drink written down. Every cocktail I can make is on that menu. Just look at the fucking paper in front of you. Choose one. Tell me it. What?
All right, let's get into it.
I'm not yelling at you.
I know, but let's get into it.
All right.
I feel your problem is that you gave way too much in the beginning.
Yes!
You gave people way too much, and now they think that you're their special fucking garçon who will make anything they want and deliver it to them on a silver platter, when in fact you are just a regular bar with a menu that you try to stick to like any other bar or restaurant in the fucking world.
Well, I would agree with that.
These people don't get that anymore because they think that now they are best friends with you and you will cut them slack or just give them a little extra every time.
I would agree with that, except a lot of the people who do this haven't been around since the beginning. I've kind of been the same way for a while.
I'd say it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I was about to say the other part I think is accurate is
they were conditioned,
there are certain types of people who, if you pretend to be nice to them over the course of a a business interaction, like I'm the bartender, you're the customer. If you are nice to them for any amount of time, then yes, they fall into this belief that, oh, you're my best friend now.
I mean, thank God you're not, an attractive woman. I imagine these are all guys, so obviously,
yes.
cis white males.
I think the only annoying female customer I've ever had was a woman from France who was visiting Japan for a couple weeks. Another one of my pet peeves is showing up already drunk, and then like yelling loudly that she's like also mixing her medication with her alcohol. And I'm like, I think illegally I'm like supposed to call the police. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
She was just very loud, very drunk all the time. Also requesting YouTube videos.
Well, that is certainly a different class of asshole.
Yes. Yeah, that not even like into games at all. Just
we're just talking about nerd guys, quote unquote nice guys who don't get a lot of stuff.
Yes. Just a quick cap to that story. Japan and France do have a weird like mutual masturbatory relationship where they fetishize each other's country. And I feel like it was all sort of encapsulated in that woman.
I know. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. It's great.
Fun.
But yeah, it's absolutely, it's 99% dudes.
Yeah, and you made the mistake of making eye contact with them, and now you have friends for life. That's how it goes, right?
But it's because I have to be nice when people come in because I'm supposed to be nice because they are customers,
Alex. I understand that. Okay. You are explaining to me, and I hope most of our audience, that, that's how business transactions in food service and similar goes.
Okay, good.
For some reason, these particular people that you haven't made peace with don't get it.
Yeah. I'm typically very good at remembering details about people. Like, if somebody orders the same drink all the time, even if I don't see them for like a couple of years, when they come back, I remember what their order is because it was all they ever drank. It's pretty easy.
Right. And what YouTube videos they liked.
I have to remember details about people's lives, like where they work or what they do or hobbies and pets and things like that. And I'm very good about that. I blood type. Therefore personality.
Yes.
And I remember a lot of details about a lot of people. And there are times when I will stop myself from recalling those details because I know to this person it would serve to strengthen the relationship when I don't want to.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah. Now you're dancing around that minefield.
If someone's being annoying, like typically it's easy for me to pull up some kind of conversation. Like I could ask, hey, how's your dog? How's your son? How's your
dog's son?
How's your dogs? There we go. But like, if I want them to leave, then that entire section of my brain just gets muted. And like, I could bring up something now. I'm not going to because I don't want to talk to you.
You're ready to scream.
I mean, I should also specify, this makes the bar sound like a horrible place. This is a tiny minority of customers.
Of course. And you want to go where everyone knows your name.
Yes. And they're always glad you came.
Yeah.
Most?
Yeah. Not everyone.
The vast majority of interactions and customers are very pleasant and very fun. But yeah, it's when you do anything related to nerd shit, you're going to have to deal with a lot of nerds.
You want to go where people know the YouTubes you want to see. You want to go where everybody knows what games you like. Critical hit just off the belt line. Okay.
Here's a good game I just got in.
Pac-Man for NES.
I wasn't done talking about movies.
Oh, shit. Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Go on.
So I saw the new Spider-Man.
Yes.
And just, I just felt like it because I hadn't. And I watched both of the Amazing Spider-Mans. Just for kicks.
Really?
I hadn't seen them yet. And They were all right. I can see why people liked the Andrew Garfield, but the movies themselves just kind of, yeah. The weird thing is that the two of them are so diametrically opposed in tone. I don't know if you've seen either one, Alex.
Nope, I have not seen the Jim Davis Spider-Man. That's what I call them.
Yeah, okay. I got it. All right.
Thank you.
One is a little bit darker. It's a little bit grittier. They were leaning more towards Batman Begins in a way. Not completely, of course. Not completely, but Peter Parker is kind of a down and out kid. He's kind of messed up. He's kind of just like an off-center kid. He's bright and smart, but he's just kind of like thrown around school, literally in some cases. And it's a little bit dark until he puts on the suit and becomes the Spider-Man. And then Amazing Spider-Man 2 might as well have been produced by Nickelodeon. It is a much brighter movie and just a little bit funnier trying to be funnier, that is. Partly because I think it was written by a group including Alex Kurtzman, who is currently ruining Star Trek.
Oh.
But I will give it this. The one positive thing about Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, is that Spider-Man is actually frequently quippy.
All right.
That's all I really wanted. Not even in the original Tobey Maguire movies. He might have said a quip like 3 times during the whole movie when he was in the suit, right?
Yeah.
This time in Amazing Spider-Man 2, they finally get the idea that the comics had been running with for decades, is that Peter Parker is kind of quippy.
Yeah, like the electric toothbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they finally fucking nailed that in that movie. However, the rest of it is so just jumbled and messy. They made the same problem as the third Tobey movie, in that they shoved a bunch of villains in it.
Too many villains!
And literally save one for the actual final minute of the movie.
Fun.
Minutes. And then just, it's a jumble and it's a mess and it's a bit too comical for its own good, especially compared to the first movie, which was such a relatively quiet
It
movie.
feels like they were overcorrecting from the first movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the suit's good.
Hey, okay.
Actually, the suit is more comic-like than any of the previous ones, so that and the quips, I feel like, just closer to the comics in general that way. So I'll give it marks for that. I didn't think it was the worst movie ever, like some people thought. So, when it first came out, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was like, oh my god, this is such shit. It's like a 0 out of 10. I'm like, well, it's still, this is the thing I've explained before on the show. Like, I'm willing to turn my brain off for a lot of big budget movies.
Right.
This is fine. It was entertaining. So that's all I can get.
When you do that, I imagine you turning your brain off and then,
what, drooling?
What was the noise? No, when Bart calls the Flintstone phone. Yeah, but I like talking to you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I imagine you doing, which is great.
Peter Parker. Struck a nerve, did I?
Yeah, that was pretty good. I call the Peter Parker phone.
But yeah, I think I am in agreement. The general consensus seems to be that Andrew Garfield was really wasted on those movies, and I can agree with that. So, yeah, it's too bad. But then I also, just out of complete coincidence, because someone visited us a couple of days before Christmas, a friend of ours, and they were like, "Hey, you want to watch The Matrix? I got it on my other friend's Plex server." So
oh yeah,
like, all right. Their friend apparently pirated it, and I don't think that legally makes me an accomplice, so he loaded it on his phone and casted it to our TV, so we watched The Matrix Resurrections.
Okay.
The day of release.
Wow. Wait, was it a screener or was it like a shaky cam?
No, it's released on theaters and HBO Max.
Oh, so right. Hubbo.
Hubbo.
Home box office maximum.
Indeed.
Cool.
Yeah, so they did that. I'd only seen the first 2 Matrix movies, and I'm not really a Matrix fan. So in that sense, like, it didn't bother me like I think it might for some people, because there is an approach to the Matrix Resurrections that a lot of, I think, these reboot or sequel movies long after the fact sort of do, is that everybody's older, but there's a bit more tongue-in-cheekness to everything, and there's some more self-referential shit. And I feel like if I was a diehard fan of The Matrix, perhaps like some of the people who might be visiting your bar in the near future, I don't know, I would probably be a little bit disappointed, if not angry.
All of the Matrix fans who come to the bar said they quite enjoyed it.
All right, so good. So far, so good.
So far, so good.
I have heard a lot of good things mostly. I think people generally enjoyed it, but I think there might still be a contingent of people who are just like, this isn't taking itself seriously enough.
There's always going to be nerds who are angry that something is not taking itself seriously enough.
Yes.
Always.
Should we just repeat that? There's always going to be...
There's always
going to be
nerds who are angry that something is not taking itself seriously
enough. Good. I think we can... Don't need to do another take. Let's just continue on.
Perfect.
But yeah, as someone who is not a real big fan, and only watched the first 2, like, at least they stuck to recalling things from the first movie, really. So,
okay,
good for me, I suppose. I never even watched it in the theater. It was like one of the first DVDs I ever saw, because it was that kind of movie.
That's right.
It was the DVD movie.
Yeah, the first 2 DVDs. The first 2 DVDs we owned were The Matrix and The Mask.
Yeah.
Which, now that I think about it, alphabetically just go right next to each other.
Yeah. You sure you didn't grab them accidentally?
No, I don't know.
Let's see. What were my first DVD movies? So The Matrix, I think I rented Mulan.
Oh, wow.
And then Bottle Rocket.
Oh, right. Sure.
Yeah, I'm a weirdo. Anyway,
yes, I know you love Bottle Rocket.
Yeah, I turned out fine. Well, what was I going to say? What? It turned out that I really liked Bottle Rocket. Yes, indeed. Have never seen another Wes Anderson film since.
Oh, boy.
No, that's not true. I watched the Boy Scout one, whatever the fuck it was called.
The Last Boy Scout.
No, different one.
Boy Scouts
It'd be
in
great
the
if he directed it, though.
Yeah. All right.
Direct the reboot.
What was I going to say? What were we just talking about?
Matrix.
The Matrix. DVDs. Wait, hang on. Yeah, real quick.
Okay.
Those first 2 DVDs, The Matrix and The Mask, they were both double-sided. One side had widescreen and one side had 4:3.
Correct.
And I never, ever knew which was which. Like, because one side says widescreen, but when I put the disc in...
Yeah.
Is it reading the bottom because the top says widescreen? Does that make the bottom the widescreen?
I believe that's the idea, yes.
Okay, so the if you can read widescreen, it means it's going to read the widescreen half of the disc. Okay, good. All right.
The idea is that they're both still labels, and so, conventional wisdom with the labels that,
That makes, okay, so good knowledge. I can go back and give myself 20 years ago.
All right.
Not really applicable anymore.
You might also want to just take a widescreen TV along for the ride.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So The Matrix, I didn't see The Matrix immediately when it came out, just because it looked like a dumb action movie. And then DVDs, need something to watch. Oh yeah, this movie's pretty good. A couple years later, watched it again in my sociology class in college because we had to write papers on it. I think that was pretty common.
Oh, interesting.
A lot of younger professors were assigning The Matrix as like a topic of discourse. And there's a lot to say there. There's a lot of interesting stuff. And then, flash forward a couple years later, I think you and I saw The Matrix Reloaded together at E3 2000.
That is correct, sir.
Yeah. And I seem to remember the year before we went to see Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
No, wasn't it the same year?
I don't think so.
Or the next?
Was it the same year? I thought they were different years.
2002.
Well, it doesn't matter because here's what I do remember. Both movies elicited a very similar response among us and the friends that we went with. And it was generally the first 5 minutes of conversation as we were leaving the theater was, that was pretty good, right? Right? That was good.
Yes.
Right? And then after about 5 more minutes of deliberation, it was, that wasn't very good.
No. Oh, by the way, it's reversed. The Matrix came after Star Wars. Matrix Revolution. I mean,
That's what I said.
Reloaded was after.
That's what I said.
Well, it's not what I said to you, and I'm wrong.
All right.
Let's move on. Yeah,
Fine.
You were right, though. I had no fucking clue what was going on in that movie.
I was also very... for a time, I thought I was going insane because I was the only person who thought that the CG looked very obvious and very bad.
Oh, how could you?
I remember because I remember people. Oh, the Burly fight scene looks amazing. Like, no, it doesn't. These characters look like they stepped out of the intro to Tekken Tag Tournament. Nothing about this looks impressive.
I beg your pardon. It's called the Burly Brawl.
For what? Whatever.
God.
That specifically looked obvious CG, and then also a lot of the more spectacular stunts in the highway chase were obvious CG. Like, I know we're in a place where we can do CG better than this. Why aren't we? Like, this is a huge budget movie. Why does this look like this?
I think it's a matter of scale, especially at the time. Like when you do the Burly Brawl and you have to program a bunch of things, it's not going to look that great. Like, take for example your favorite movie and mine, Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Yeah.
Now it just looks like it could have been done on an Xbox 360. Like, and even more so, I think, with The Matrix, when you just have copy and pasted Agent Smiths everywhere.
But that's different. Like, if a movie is entirely CG, I don't care how quote unquote good or bad it looks because it's one consistent style. I'm talking about inserting CG into a live action film.
Of course. When they do a good job, that is, you might want to choose your words carefully because if you look at, a movie like Food Fight, then maybe you change your tune on that. There is a baseline at which, you want things to not look like the intro to, let's say, Tekken 1 because that doesn't look good. Yeah.
But even if it does, as long as it's consistent, I don't really mind that much.
Yeah, fair enough. I lost my point anyway, but
The Matrix Resurrections is the feel-good comedy of the summer.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you want to pick out some CG, you'll find it in The Matrix Resurrections.
Yes.
Because, there are scenes in the alien stuff world, the machine world. I mean, not aliens, excuse me. How silly of me. They're back visiting the machines and some pretty obvious CG characters there, but robots and such.
Robot.
They got him. Got him in spades.
Sounds like you had a great time.
It was a nice way to spend a day.
Cool. Speaking of movies, I had a bad movie night at the bar last night, which is
I'm sorry.
COVID. What? No, I mean it was good. It was fun.
Oh.
Capital B, bad movie night.
I see.
Which was typically before COVID something we used to do every few months, and now I feel like this was the first one in over a year. But it was good. We only watched 3, I believe. We started with The Room, which I'd actually never seen. A lot of us had never seen it before.
Oh, okay.
And yes, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's definitely fun bad. It's one of those. And then second, we watched 1995's Hackers.
Oh.
Which is also fun.
I had never seen that. No, I never really saw it.
It's good. Like, I think I ended up genuinely enjoying it, even though it's sort of based on. It's not really based on any kind of reality. It was based on like, here's what we think the future is going to look like in terms of computer hacking, and that it obviously never happened. It was just a weird made up subculture that still ended up being really fun. And then to cap off the evening, we watched a film. I know you've seen, but I had not seen since the theater, Super Mario Brothers, the motion picture.
Oh, a Fisher-Stevens double feature.
Yes, somebody said that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Tom said that last night. It was,
Holy
bizarre.
shit.
Absolutely bizarre. I didn't remember, because I seem to remember my reaction to seeing it in the theater was the same as my reaction to seeing Masters of the Universe in the theater, which is, I know this is based off of something I like, but I am not understanding any of this.
Wow, you saw Masters of the Universe.
That was the first new movie I saw in the theater.
You were like 4.
Yeah, I was like 4.
I'm surprised you even remember it.
I remember being in an empty theater with my dad and my brother and not understanding anything.
No. Well, it's also a weird movie in the sense that, like, it doesn't take place in anything related to Masters of the Universe. It's a fucking stupid. Yeah. It's a reverse isekai.
But Frank Langella as Skeletor steals the show, though. That is the great. Like, just watch a YouTube supercut of Frank Langella as Skeletor. That's all you need.
That's about it. I did watch it in full a couple years ago out of curiosity. Because I think I had watched that documentary about, well, I think I did watch the documentary about Golan Globus in Canon Films and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I got to see this train wreck.
Yeah. Now, the first movie I had to be removed from for crying was, of course, Age of Ultron. No. It was Ghostbusters.
What they did to the robot.
It was the original Ghostbusters.
Oh, wow.
And it was because the librarian ghost.
Oh, okay.
Librarian ghost was so scary to very young me that my brother had to remove me from the theater.
I imagine, though, at that age, you had to have been 1 or something.
No, it wasn't the original release. Like back in the 80s, they don't really do this anymore. It was more common for theaters to rerun films from years before because they still have the reels, you know?
I know. I went to a couple of those too. I remember seeing like Peter Pan, Disney's Peter Pan in
there you
the
go.
theater. Yeah. So yeah, I get it.
So, I think it might have even been after Masters of the Universe. I don't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, I was not having it.
No. All right. Yeah, not really for little kids. Original Ghostbusters, barely Ghostbusters 2 for that matter.
Right.
Oh, the ghosts are more cartoony.
I don't have any interest in the new Ghostbusters, but have you seen it?
No, I will see it when we get to it. I don't really care enough. I am strictly just a fan of the cartoon / toy franchise. Really? I've seen the original 2 movies. Don't really care about that kind of universe.
I'm really just a fan of the first movie, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same way that I'm a fan, like a Star Wars fan. I'm a fan of the original trilogy, and that's it. Like, there's nothing in the expanded universe or the sequels or prequels that interest me. Like the novels, the games, the toy line, any of that shit. I really like those first 3 movies, and I'm just gonna keep it there. That's my comfort zone. That's what I like.
And I'm a fan of none of them. Aren't I special?
Yeah.
Say yes.
Really? There's nothing in the original trilogy you like?
In the end, no, it's not about like, but again, I'm not interested. And now you incredulously say, why?
Well, no, I was going to say you're not a sci-fi guy.
Not of that type, I guess.
You strike me as more of a Natsuyasumi guy.
Yes. I mean, I really dug Blade Runner. Speaking of watching films in school, like I saw Blade Runner for the first time in an introduction to film.
Oh, wow.
Along with the teacher pausing to explain things, but I still enjoyed it because it was still like projected on a big wall and still like.
Teacher pauses 2 scenes in. It's dark because it's night. Unpause.
Introduction now. It's an intro class.
That's true. And yet his last one is still, it's a unicorn because he's a replicant. Unpause. Credits. This is a list of people who worked on the film.
What does a best boy do? Help the keep.
But isn't Tom, what's his name, also a weird right-wing guy now? Or I guess still is.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Tom Wilson?
Tom Wilson, yeah. He's
What happened?
I don't know. He's just I think like in the past 5 or 10 years, like a lot of right wing types, who have always been right wing types, have just been more vocal about it now that everything is so polarized. And I think Tom Wilson spoke out about something, and everyone's like, "Oh no, Tom!"
Oh,
so same with Jay Johnston. Did you see that?
Oh yes.
Jesus Christ!
Now that's a hoot.
Here's just like a guy who I thought was funny on Mr. Show, and he's at the January 6th insurrection.
He did quite the turnaround, didn't he?
Cool move, guy. I guess in retrospect it kind of makes sense because 90% of the time on Mr. Show skits he's playing a cop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Someone said that too.
Yeah. I feel like that's an observation a lot of people are going to make.
Yeah. I did not hear about anything that happened with Tom Wilson, though. I thought he was
just
mostly
opinions.
cool. Just opinions?
He didn't show up at any insurrections.
No. Is he anti-vax or something?
I don't know. This was, I heard about this pre-pandemic.
Okay.
But I mean, he was very funny when he was on Never Not Funny. So I don't think politics are like very, like a core part of his identity.
Okay. I'm still assuming not. I have no idea, but
but
you just mean somebody may have got upset at opinions and tried to cancel him or something.
Yes.
Maybe I don't know.
It's and in this day and age, it's getting harder to sort of discern when someone is like right wing because of shitty opinions or right wing because I think we should only allocate 5% of income tax money to this. Like, there's no delineation anymore. It's like everything is so completely polarized. If you're on the right for one reason, you must be on the right for every other reason.
Well, you got to get those votes. And then let them all die from COVID, and then maybe I'll have a couple more votes.
Yeah.
I think that's the most political we've ever been on this show.
I don't get it. You know what? I forgot. I still need to get in touch with the Washington County Board of Elections about my name being wrong.
Oh no!
Because remember they registered me as Alexander Fraiolo.
That's right.
And my sneaking suspicion at the time was they saw someone register as a Democrat, and they conveniently misspelled my name in the official. Because like I submitted it all electronically. I submitted my name with a keyboard in front of me here. Like, how does that then get fucked up? How does one letter then get fucked up?
I don't know.
Riddle me that.
I'm not going over it again.
Okay.
I'm just not gonna do it.
Oh boy.
So yeah, movies. What did you really think of Super Mario Brothers, though?
Just
I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but did you think it was fun?
Still thinking about the question.
All right.
Kind of. A little bit. It just seemed too dark. Like,
okay.
Mario, bright colors, Mushroom Kingdom. Instead, we got Italian Blade Runner.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong at all, and it is insane.
A woman impacts a rock and turns into a skeleton.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
That's just science, Alex. Come on.
Multiple times throughout the movie, both our protagonist and antagonist threaten to kill other characters.
Yeah.
How many times in the game have you heard Mario say, "I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to break all your bones. Then I'm going to kill you." How many? Which is a line Bob Hoskins says in the film.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, listen.
What?
The developers at Nintendo, Shigeru Miyamoto et al., they don't know a whole lot about New York Italians.
That's true.
They don't know really how they act or anything like that. They just know one thing, and that the character's name is Mario, and his brother is Luigi. The end. We got to do something. We got to add some sort of character for an American-made movie. And the only logical way to go is angry Murdius. Angry Murderous.
I heard Murdius doesn't even show up in the new Matrix movie. Is that true?
No, he's part of the Sony franchise.
Oh, right. Okay.
The Sony Marvel movie. Jared Leto. It's Murdius. He's in the Venom universe. Okay. God damn it. Well, that bit's
Murderous.
dead. Anyway. Still, I cannot possibly disagree with any thought you have about that movie. However, still, as a kid, when that came out, I couldn't have been more hyped. I did not give one flying fuck how off base it was.
I saw it in the theater as a kid and I enjoyed it, but only because when you're a kid, you enjoy everything in the theater.
Yeah. However,
because you get to sit in a dark room and have lights and color dance in front of your face for 90 minutes.
But for you, it didn't stick. Right.
No, it did not. I had no fond memories. Yeah.
I bought the VHS, watched the movie probably 20 more times after that, and still liked it.
All right. That's fine. I mean, there are individual things about it that I think are likable.
Absolutely.
Some of the dialogue is not awful.
Yeah. And like I said, the quote unquote director's cut or whatever, with whatever missing scenes they found were better left missing.
Yes.
So I do think it is a fine movie as the final cut that it came out as. And for some reason, in Japan, it's just called Super Mario.
Not Brothers.
No Brothers. Well, except that they do the Japanese movie thing where they have the original American logo like tiny in a corner somewhere on the poster. And more of a thing in the 90s, I suppose, but yeah.
That's fun.
Just like Sweet Road.
Sweet Road!
Have you watched Sweet Road lately?
I don't even know if I've seen the whole thing all the way through.
That's interesting.
Now that I think about it. I think I've just seen like a compilation of clips on YouTube. I don't know that I've actually watched the whole film.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that movie I remember seeing in the theater as a little kid.
Right. Well, you never forget something like that.
No, and I wasn't crying at that either.
No?
No. I'm not a crier. Although I did cry at Ghost Dad, as we've mentioned before. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Same theater, it turned out. Yeah. How about that? Imagine that.
Fun.
Well, hey, I can talk games next.
Yes, video games.
That are not Final Fantasy XIV.
I'm out.
Okay, bye.
But you go.
Alex is like,
this has been a No More Whoppers memory.
Goodbye. I watched all those movies before Christmas. But during the Christmas weekend, I was playing
the new version of a game called
The Yakuza, the Japanese Mafia.
Oh, yeah.
I finally finished Lost Judgment, the story mode of Lost Judgment. The new Kimutaku game. And it was pretty good. I would say that much. All right. Moving on.
I'm nodding. Okay.
No, I mean, it came out in like September, and then I was just very slowly picking at it because I got it for PS5, and the PS5 is downstairs on the big TV, and I'm usually upstairs in my office working on stuff most of the time, or just watching YouTube videos and then telling you to play them at the bar. I know it's a weird setup. I just like knowing that you're playing them. But yeah, I don't get around to playing the PS5 much, but I did this time. Just finally sat down. Let's take a fucking break, huh? Let's enjoy a holiday. So
yeah,
played through the story of Lost Judgment and even got my wife interested in it. Someone who I can't even get to sample a Yakuza game, even though it's very RPG-like, and would be up her alley, except she doesn't like modern settings. So
what?
Yeah, she has some Alex-like hangups. Can you believe it? She really likes Assassin's Creed games and doesn't like Yakuza Modern City stuff. Although she also likes Japan in general, but it still isn't. It's not enough for her, I guess. So
Japan,
but she's okay watching me play it and enjoyed the whodunit of that whole game's story.
Isn't it who did it?
I'm sorry?
No More Whoppers memory.
I'm here to help.
Anyway, Lost Judgment, much better than the first Judgment, I would say. The story is a bit more grounded. The first game involves a weird sort of drug or treatment that affects people's eyes. It makes them look weird and stuff.
What?
I'm trying to avoid spoilers by any means necessary, but because the Japanese name of the original game was Judge Eyes.
Oh, right. Judge Eyes.
And so the story is about stuff that happens to eyes, and it gets wrapped up in a weird medical fucking conspiracy thing about a drug that has bad side effects and makes you get like zombie looking eyes. None of that in Lost Judgment. No freaky stuff in that manner. Just different kinds of freaky stuff. Pretty cool.
No, it is the Japanese version called Lost Judge Eyes.
It is not. They actually just called it Lost Judgment. So we went from Judge Eyes to Lost Judgment.
That's very confusing.
Well, it's consistent now, at least. I mean, lines up with the English name.
Like how on the Famicom and NES, Ninja Turtles 2 in Japan is called Ninja Turtles, so Ninja Turtles 3 in Japan is our Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah.
No,
it's called Ninja Turtles 2.
It's called our Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, is just Ninja Turtles 1 in Japan.
Yeah.
Because the actual TMNT 1 on NES was just written all in kanji.
That's correct.
On the Famicom, rather. And it's, it's fun. If you're into kanji.
Otherwise, no, it's not fun.
No. No.
Kind of, no.
That very first Nintendo. You understand what I mean by that?
I do, Jimothy.
Alex, tell the audience what the full name of that Japanese Ninja Turtles 1 is.
Oh, fuck. Ninja Kame Gekiden?
No.
What is it? I don't know.
You were so close.
A Tyrannosaurus Rex.
No.
It's Gekikame Ninja Den.
I was so close.
You were so close.
Gekikame Ninja Den.
Not close enough to get the big prize, though.
What's the show? Is this the Showcase Showdown?
Yeah.
I could have won what? What could I have won?
Oh, well, we don't tell the losers. You're out of here already.
Hey, rude.
What happened to my gold?
What happened to my gold? I could have won a drink.
I'm dying for a piece of good old New York pizza.
Actual scene from Super Mario Brothers, the movie.
He was dying for a piece of good old New York.
I'm gonna wring his neck for a slice of pizza pie. That's Bob Hoskins in the Mario movie. Hey, how about that Chris Pratt news? Whoa.
Yeah, thanks.
What a bunch of clowns.
Yeah, that's...
I think Lost Judgment now has cemented itself as a pretty good spin-off of Yakuza because it is a lot more believable than the wacky adventures of Kazuma Kiryu and or Ichiban Kasuga. So if someone is, say, looking for something a little bit more serious, at least in the main story, because you can still go on weird side quests and stuff, you can check out the Judgment series.
I don't know. I kind of... The thing I like about Yakuza is that it is kind of goofy.
Yeah, I'm not saying the Judgment games are completely devoid of any sort of lightheartedness. That's not what I'm saying. But the main story, at least. Because even in I think it was Yakuza 2, there's like a giant golden temple that comes out of the ground where all the bad guys are, and Kiryu has to fight all the way through it like a dungeon, and it's just like, well, that's not that believable.
Sure it is.
I don't think that would happen in the middle of Tokyo.
It happened in Final Fantasy VI. The castle went under the sand.
That wasn't Tokyo.
Oh, but it was made in Tokyo.
You got me there.
By here, I got a list of names here. Hironobu Sakaguchi, which is short for sack of gooch. Nobuo Uematsu.
Hold on, can we get a voice clip of Mr. Sakaguchi?
Oh, yeah.
I'm dying for a piece of good old New York pizza.
That's him.
Yeah.
And that's not even a voice clip. He called in just now to say that.
Yeah.
I believe it was also...
he picked up that accent in Hawaii.
Was that the first game Kitase worked on? FF6. because I know he's in the opening credit crawl. Check it out. You got those a lot of designs by Yoshitaka Amano, which is short for Man-O-War.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Mano a Mano.
Short for, oh, fuck, it's even better. He won his position by defeating all comers in one-on-one combat.
Uh-huh.
As the legend goes. That's it.
All right.
Cool. I'm asking you to go to the kitchen, pull out a knife, and jam it into your fucking gut.
Okay.
That was also Mario in the Mario movie.
Yeah. It's a very Mario line. It's very in character, man.
Oh my god!
Okay. Yeah, if you watch the Mario movie, you get to see Yoshi get stabbed in the neck.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
here's
cute.
something I just found out the other day. Believe it or not, this is a game fact I did not know.
Hi.
This voice.
Oh my god!
That's not Charles Martinet as Luigi.
What? Who is it?
It was a French guy who worked at Nintendo of Europe and had been working out of their Kyoto office in the N64 days and was like, hey, I want to voice Toad. And someone was like, yeah, okay, just sure. Come on to the recording office. Jesus Christ. Studio. Recording room. Office. Give me a fucking break. Anyway.
Come into the sound chamber.
He's there recording, and Mr. Koji Kondo's there, but this guy doesn't know who it is, despite the fact he knows who Kondo is, but he doesn't know what he looks like. And so Kondo's like, yeah, your voice is better for Luigi. You should do it with more Luigi, not Toad. But the French Nintendo employee is just like didn't agree and was sort of like going back and forth with Kondo about it, just kind of arguing. But then he was like, fine, okay. I'll do some Luigi lines. And that's mostly what ended up in, I believe, Mario Kart and Mario Party 64.
Wow.
Mario Kart 64, yeah. But then they sort of, Nintendo of America went back and replaced some lines with actual Charles Martinet.
What?
Luigi version, yeah.
We're going to need to do a side-by-side comparison.
Or just watch the YouTube video I saw.
Oh.
Where they do that same thing.
It's going to be 500 yen.
I'll pay.
All right.
I got 1 million of them.
Leo!
Pretty good. Dollars?
500 yen bills.
There are no 500 yen bills.
Fuck!
It's a coin, you dingus.
Bills, coins, you know. I call coins bills.
Hey, Bills Coins is another podcast on the network.
Yes, okay.
It's pretty good.
Check it out. HyperX Podcast Network.
All right, do we have any other movie talk? Matrix,
I don't.
Mario Brothers. Fuck.
What games, though, are you looking forward to? You know what?
FF6
We got that
Pixel Remaster coming out next month.
That's right. However, I think they went overboard this time.
What?
I don't know if you saw the screenshot of the opera scene.
No.
Okay. Brace yourself, because they basically made the castle set or whatever it is in the opera scene 3D. And it looks kind of like a low budget Octopath Traveler.
What? Let me see this. Hang on. Can you send me a screenshot?
I will go look up a screenshot for you. Yes.
Thank you. I'm sitting in front of my Discord waiting. Cause I mean, from what you're describing, it sounds like it would be fine. It's a stage play, you know?
True enough. I'm just saying you might have a reaction.
Well, maybe I will.
Okay, I got it. Get ready, Al.
All right, I'm ready. All right, show me this. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my. It's fine. I think just as a scene, as a model, as an environment, it looks great. I think it looks less believable as a stage play backdrop scene because it's too much.
Yeah. Probably.
I think it looks fine.
Sure. In the context of being a stage play set, the repeating brick texture, I guess, is understandable.
Yeah. Right? Maybe they didn't have a high budget.
Yeah, it's kind of an elaborate set, though. What is this, Hamilton?
Oh, jeez.
Maybe it was the Hamilton of its day.
It was.
I think FF6 takes place in the past.
It takes place in a different world. What was that?
Not my phone.
You're blowing up.
No, it's just a reminder I set.
Continue podcast.
No. It's different.
Keep talking.
We're recording on an unorthodox day, actually. We're recording on a Sunday night, which we don't usually do.
It's,
for me, anyway. Yeah.
Wait, Monday afternoon for me. Unflavored for me. Speaking of unflavored for me, did I tell you I've discovered the best Calorie Mate flavor?
Hit us with it, Al.
It's plain. I'm serious. So check it out. So when I came to Japan, I'd heard of Calorie Mate and I bought some as a goof. LOL, Calorie Mate. Let's try out this funny
Snake Eater.
Funny, yeah. Oh, it was in Snake Eater. And I looked at all the flavors and I saw plain, boring, vegetable. What? Chocolate? Sure. So I went with chocolate.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of gross.
I also only had chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a good approximation of chocolate. And, but I would still choke it down every couple of months. Like, hey, Calorie Mate, I'm being Japanese.
Yeah.
And I just got sick of it. Like I was eating it out of necessity. Like, when I was working as an ALT at the junior high school, I would bring it for breakfast that I would sadly eat in the teacher's changing room before classes.
Just muttering yourself like, Roger, Major Zero.
Oh, boss, why'd you defect? And I eventually stopped eating it because I got sick of it. And then the other day I was like, well, I need to eat something quick before work. Let's try a Calorie Mate. Well, I didn't like the chocolate. I'm not trying vegetable. I forget what the other flavors were. So I'm like, let's try plain.
Okay.
Let's try plain. And it's delicious. It just tastes like shortbread. It's great.
Okay,
it's fantastic. I recommend it. I recommend plain Calorie Mate.
Now, of course, it should be a meal replacement because of all the calories it mates. So
that's true.
I mean, I wouldn't eat it as a snack, right? It's supposed to be more of an everyday ration.
Well, yeah, I don't often, especially in these trying times when I have to play so much Final Fantasy XIV, I don't have the time for a proper sit-down meal.
Right.
Because, I start playing the game and then I blink and suddenly it's 4:30 and I've got to open in half an hour. So I'll haul ass to work. There's a
just in time to see the bus fly by. It's all right.
Because
you're saved by the bell.
But yes. I'm trying to think of the Japanese title for that. No, I can't. Kane ga tasukata. No.
Yeah. I was getting there, yeah.
The bell helped me.
Yeah.
All right.
Works for me.
I haul ass to the bar, and there's a 7-Eleven on the same block, so I would just pop in there and get a Calorie Mate. And I would also get like a 4-pack of walnut bread, which is really good.
Yes.
And a bottle of coffee. And that's it. That's my dinner. Well, it's about like between lunch and dinner, and then I have a late dinner when I get home.
Wow.
That's good. Yeah, I recommend it. Plain. It's shortcake. Right. It'll give you the calories you need to take on a portion of your day.
Speaking of recommending low stakes food, I got another favorite. It's a vegan yogurt alternative.
Excuse me?
Turns out to be pretty good. It's coconut cream based, and then I got the vanilla flavored, and it's just as good as real non-vegan yogurt.
That sounds... Wait, is yogurt not vegan because it's a living culture?
Well, dairy.
Oh, wait. Does... What exactly is in yogurt? Maybe I'm not understanding.
I think we got some milk in there.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, yeah.
No, because it's not the cultures, because actually this stuff still says it has active cultures. So
okay, then
it's not the cultures.
But isn't that alive?
Yogurt is fermented milk. It's a bacterial fermentation of milk.
There we go. That's okay. I knew I should have known that because when I was in high school, I ate a
yogurt
bowl.
in class.
I accidentally made it at home when I ate a bowl of Fruit Loops and then left the bowl on my desk and went camping for a few days or whatever.
Oh.
I think I went to a LARP event, and when I came back, it was yogurt.
And yet you're the one who doesn't like outside food. That's the reason I didn't like outside food.
Well, I didn't continue to eat it.
Because of my gross school friends.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying you ate it. I'm just saying.
Oh. No, it was pink yogurt that I then, dumped down the drain.
Fuck. You just take it to the sink and rinse it. That's all you got to do, kid.
That's what I did. Oh, you mean at the time?
Yeah, at the time.
Yeah, okay, that's probably a good idea.
Before you leave for the week or whatever.
Yeah, fine.
How do you not know yogurt is dairy?
I don't know. It's every once in a while I have these.
It's next to the cheese you so obviously love.
Every once in a while I just I have a lapse in memory. Like, remember there was like a period of a couple of years where I forgot how to peel bananas.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was more than a year or two where like I just forgot how they work because I hadn't had one in so long, and I got one and I started
supposed
peeling
to peel them from the bottom anyway.
That's what I was doing,
which is actually the top.
Yeah, whatever the wrong side was, that's what I started doing, and then I changed it.
Okay.
This is okay. Anyway,
congrats.
This has been Food Corner.
Alex, I know you have not been streaming as much lately, and really neither have I. And in fact, the moving put a hamper on it. But last time I was talking about getting an Xbox for Sonic, and then
well, he'll love it.
I did a New Year's Eve stream though to cap off the year just before.
Very nice.
It was my special project I teased before, where I watched 100 episodes of a Japanese TV show.
Okay.
That's what this was for. And it was about the TV show D's Garage 21, which facilitated the development of a few different video games. And so I made a PowerPoint, I did a presentation about it, and then we watched an episode, and then we played the games that were involved.
That's fun.
Yes, and I got my usual small audience. But nice. Hey, at least I got it out of my system.
Yes.
Because it was like, okay, well, I'm not done writing this quote-unquote script or notes, and then New Year's rolling around, but New Year's is like in 4 days. I guess I will go ahead and finish up these notes in this PowerPoint, so I have something to do on stream, and then I can record No More Whoppers in a couple of days, and then break down this studio, the dog pound that is, and get all ready for moving whenever that may come. But yeah, I would encourage everyone to check it out. I still got the VOD up. I put it on my YouTube.
Oh yeah.
You can probably find it one way or another, searching for that name of the show, D''S Garage 21. It was an old show from the 1999-2000, and so it was someone who really likes 1999 and 2000. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It seems like a great bait and switch for a D's Nuts joke.
Yes, of course.
Ray, into CDs?
9 people are
CDs Garage 21
in the Discord.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just one of those things where like no one on this side of the world really knew what that was, because they were showing up on some video games that came out here. But I was like, well, this is a perfect time to highlight this and show people some obscure games that this thing was responsible for. My wheelhouse, in other words.
All right.
House on wheels.
Okay.
Huh? What?
How many of you drove your house to school today?
I am Jackie Chan.
I am Jackie Chan.
No, I meant me.
Oh.
No, I am this time.
Oh. Can we both be Jackie Chan? And reenact Twin Dragons?
Oh, okay.
All right. I'm the piano.
Who am I?
I'm the piano brother.
All right, cool.
You are the martial arts brother.
Yes. So yeah, you finished off the year streaming FF5 Pixel Remaster.
I did. I'm not done with it. I streamed FF5. I've gotten up to the end. I'm probably going to finish it soon, before FF6 drops in February. I got plenty of time. Then I streamed some FF10. I picked up FF10 on Steam sale.
Oh.
Because...
$15.
So FF14 is hard to play because of the microprocessor shortage. They did not have enough servers up in time, and they still don't. And as sort of an apology, Square Enix was like, "Hey, we know you want to play FF14, but we're putting some of our famous games on Steam sale, so go play those maybe instead of 14 that you can't play."
Well, technically not an apology. It was part of the planned Steam winter sale, I believe. I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, then it was at least referenced.
Right. It was a happy coincidence.
Yeah, and I guess they decided to mention it in one of the FF14 press releases because I remember seeing it pop up there. So yeah, I picked up FF10 and 10.2 on the cheap. Streamed a little bit of that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I was going to pick up DQ11 as well, but the Japanese version does not have English text, so I was like,
Wait,
I'd rather stream it. I'd rather stream it in English if I can.
Isn't it dual language anyway?
The audio is, but not the menus.
Right. No, I thought. Okay, I guess it makes sense. I thought 11S was pretty much consolidated.
Hang on. I'm going to pull up Steam right now.
I have no idea. I don't remember. I'm not saying this from any level of expertise. I just thought it was.
Jackie Chan. Dragon Quest 11. Echoes of an Elusive... Well, the demo is free. The full game... All right. Dragon Quest 11S, Echoes of an Elusive Age, Definitive Edition is currently... Jesus Christ.
I already see the language table on Steam. In fact, you are right. Japanese is just full audio.
Yeah.
When I look at it here. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even half price. It's 35% off for a grand total of 3,560 yen. I want to try your trick for making a separate Steam account because this is getting real old. Paying
when are you going to do that?
More money for less stuff is not how I want to be living.
I thought you at least had FF10 on Switch.
No, why?
Oh. Why not? You love the Switch.
Yeah, but now that I'm into streaming, I'm like, if I buy something, I want it to be easily streamable.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am.
Unless I'm buying something purely to play for myself, like Picross.
Although my thing is also more like, I'm mostly at home now. Sitting at the computer. I'll just buy computer games. Yeah.
Computer.
I just use the Switch now for like exercise games.
Yeah.
We are now entering the vortex.
The exercise vortex.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. And then I streamed a little bit of FF14. It was fun streaming the high-end extreme boss fights. Oh, I never explained to you what Savage is because I started yelling at you.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, we were yelling a long time.
Oh. So basically, FF14 has a lot of endgame content.
Yes.
So you play through FF14's story, every expansion, and the story consists of, I think, 3 big boss fights and a whole bunch of dungeons.
Excuse me, Burly Brawl.
Thank you, Burly Brawl. And the CG is so obvious in this game. And once you finish the main campaign, there are two of those boss fights. You can do the hard versions, which are called extreme.
Okay.
Yeah, those are trials. Trials have normal and extreme.
How about European extreme?
European extreme means you have to beat FF14, no deaths, no discoveries, no saves, shoot all the Carotons. I don't know.
Oh, damn.
And then what just dropped 2 or 3 weeks ago was the normal raid series, which is just a series of 4 bosses. There's going to be 12 total. This is the first batch of 3. And then starting next week, well, I guess by the time this comes out, those will have their hard versions released, which for that kind of content is called Savage.
All right.
There's long story short, there's a whole bunch of words for endgame content depending on what kind it is.
Of course. I expected that much.
So, like, Dungeons, they don't really do this anymore, but Dungeons used to have hard. Trials had hard. Now
Back in
Trials
my
just
day.
have normal and extreme.
Yeah.
Normal raids have normal and savage. And then you get into Ultimate. Some of them have, like, further versions called Ultimate, which I've never done. And then on top of that, there's a new one as of, I think, last year called Unreal. I don't know which is higher, Ultimate or Unreal. I would say, judging by the definitions of words, probably Ultimate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all hard shit. Extreme is on the easier end of end game content.
Of course.
Yeah, which makes total sense.
Uh-huh.
So it's basically the game just uses a whole bunch of different words to mean basically the same thing.
Yeah. And of course you have I'm Too Young to Die.
Right.
Can I Play Daddy?
Right. So hang on. Is there, wait, there's no comma in there?
There is. I'm just speeding it along.
Anyway, FF14 is fun. Come play it with me, but it's okay if you don't.
All right. I won't.
Duh.
Well, not yet.
All right.
I like my racing games.
It's now that the main scenario quest line has wrapped up. I'm kind of tempted to say this is my favorite Final Fantasy, like from a narrative perspective.
That seems to be what a lot of other people think.
But I also feel like it has an unfair advantage because each expansion is basically it's a game's worth of content. You know,
right.
It's so much.
And I know that people who feel the same way as you, who have already poured so much time into it, feel weird suggesting it as a new thing to pick up to people because, like, you got to do a lot to get to where I want to.
Yeah, there's also that.
The cool part is
there's also that because the big shift and all the advancements between 1 and 2.0 are huge and stark and immediately apparent.
Mm-hmm.
But then between 2.0 and 3.0, there's also a little gap. Obviously not as wide, but they streamlined it even further by the time 3.0 came around. So, like, I would say, but there's a lot of important story stuff in 2.0, so I can't say, just start with 3.0, or shotgun 2.0, skip the cutscenes or whatever. Because there's a lot of important shit that goes on in 2.0. It's still just a lot. It's so much. If you have the free time to get through a long game, then from 3.0 onward, I think it all gets much better, just generally. And then they also changed the voice actors from 3.0 onward, which was a good decision. The 2.0 voice cast is not great. Some of them were okay. In one case, one was better, but across the board, a good shift voice cast wise.
Are they all Bill Murray?
Yeah, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
That's not Bill Murray.
Oh, okay. Well, it's interesting that you talk about having to do a whole lot of the stuff in that game. You know, get up to a point, put a lot of yourself into it. Starting from scratch. Starting from zero is not easy, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And it wouldn't be either if you were playing Dragon Quest X, for instance.
That's right.
But they were trying to solve that in
the new version of a game called Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest X Offline.
Offline!
Which was going to come out in February. Now it's delayed to summer.
Oh, that's a big delay.
That's a big COVID delay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
But I was getting ready for that. Even though there's no localization announced or anything, I was still like, maybe I'll try it out in Japanese or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you might enjoy it.
Yeah.
That was always one of the things I appreciated about DQ10 is that the writing was as solid as any offline DQ. The stories and the scenario was very good.
Not bad, not bad.
Now, did I talk about what?
It's also going to be on Steam, but the fact that it's probably only Japanese means I also might have your reverse problem, is that I won't even be able to buy it.
Oh no!
Not that it really matters.
Did I mention at all recently how I revisited FF11 and DQ10?
Mentioned recently? No.
Okay. Yeah, I think it was over the summer. Like, I went back, I got back into FF11 and DQ10 for a month. Because I wanted to try out the DQ10. Yeah. I wanted to try out the DQ10 machine translation, which is still not great. Like it's
machiney.
It's still fast, but it's not accurate. And the thing that I found out is that I can no longer play FF11 or DQ10 because FF14 has completely spoiled me for fast travel. So FF11, at the beginning, at its worst, FF11 was you have to walk everywhere.
Yep.
Once you hit a certain level, you can rent a chocobo and go marginally faster. You can wait for ships and airships that run on a real world schedule, and you're waiting 10 to 15 minutes. What?
Exactly. Plus, when you're walking, you're checking the map every 3 seconds to make sure you're going in the right direction.
Also that. That's another thing 14 had the common sense to do, was put an auto map in the corner.
Yeah, wow.
Or you have to be a white mage who can teleport to one of like 4 or 5 crystals that you have to have been to before. That was the only way to travel anywhere quickly in the original FF11. Now, you can go to pretty much any zone instantly, but even then there's conditions that have to be met. And there's costs involved. And even then, there are certain places that are out of the way that you still have to, once you warp, you still have to go like 10 minutes on foot to find a place. And it's just enough to be annoying. DQ10 is a little worse. DQ10 works, you get so many zoom stones, and you can align a zoom stone with a location. And I don't know what the maximum is right now, but I think I had 6 or 7 when I logged in, and even that was like not quite versatile enough to give you a free range of movement. And I still found myself warping to a free one, and then walking a few zones over and walking 10 to 15 minutes to save the money, because money is a little harder to come by in DQ10. FF14, you have gobs of money, and the way that fast travel works in 14 is, you've been to a place before? You can just go there from anywhere. You can warp from any location to any location, and it costs you between 70 and 1,500 gil.
Yeah, no more bullshit.
And you get
2020 or whatever.
You get one freebie. Yeah. You get one freebie as your home point. You get another freebie just because, and then you get 2 or 3 half-price ones. And I think there's even more you can get if you've pre-ordered or bought certain things. But like it's great. You have free range of movement over everything. It's so much more accessible than FF11 and DQ10 that I cannot play them again.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you won't be joining me to play FF11 then anytime soon.
Nope.
That's okay. I'll just try to solo it.
You can do that mostly now.
I know. I've already looked it up. I've tried it a bit. There are very complete guides because, that game's mostly been figured out by now.
Yes.
So.
I started an alt character when I got back into it over the summer, and I think I did, in under a month, I did finish the base game. I beat the Shadow Lord, which, when the game came out, that took me almost a year. It took me almost a year to do.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we done talking about media?
We are. Let's take a break, and we're going to come back and wrap it all up in a big bow.
Ellen, in 15 seconds, what is Nice Games Club?
It's our game dev podcast. Steven, help!
Game mechanics, accessibility, art and animation, level design, prototyping.
Everything that goes into making video games. How's that, Mark?
Nice. Listen to Nice Games Club wherever you get your podcasts, or at nicegames.club.
Folks, we're back. It's No More Whoppers. I'm Alex. That's Ray.
What hit me?
No, it's actually the other way around.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I'm Ray. It's Alex.
Hi.
We got some phone calls finally.
We got some
voicemails.
Fun. We did.
Shall we get those set up and listened to and joked about?
Yes. Listen, I'm
What's
saying
up?
it. What? I am hereby retiring the fan fun theme because we need a new one. If anybody's feeling creative, feel free to throw your hat in the ring.
Right. It's the next decade of No More Whoppers.
Right.
Now's the time, everybody. We got a new network, new horizons.
Right. I'm gonna give you some clean audio here you can use for the fan fun theme. Ready?
Okay. Here we go.
Fan fun. Fan fun. Fan fun. Fan fun. Fun fun. Philadelphia. That's all I got. If anybody wants to use those, make a track, throw them in there. Yeah, or don't. I mean, you know, we're not begging for free shit, but if you're feeling creative. All right. So,
all right. We could pay them.
We do also have a phone fun theme, but I think we decided it's slightly too long, but I thank you to my buddy Paul who put it together. Paul, if you have a shorter one, we can use that.
Yeah. Or we can use this too. Hold up.
What? Yeah, wait, yeah. Can you just loop that as like betting music? That's really good. That's perfect.
I probably could, yeah.
All right, yeah.
First of all, did that give you any childhood trauma? Should I not play that?
What? I like the cartoon. Why would that give me childhood trauma?
Okay, thought it may have reminded you of the movie.
No, that's from the cartoon.
It might remind you of the movie.
Why would the cartoon theme remind me of the movie?
Because you're Jesus fucking Christ. I give the fuck up right now.
I don't understand.
I don't understand you.
What do you mean?
Why is everything on a linear fucking track in your head?
What are you talking about?
What the fuck?
What is happening right now?
It's both Ghostbusters. They're both Ghostbusters things.
What is happening right now?
Fucking psychopath. I don't get it.
What is happening? Okay, slow down.
Anyway,
deep breaths.
Here we go.
Deep breaths. What are you talking about?
You just told me how when you were younger, seeing the Ghostbusters movie,
yes,
you were taken out because it was too scary.
Yes.
So I was playing Ghostbusters music. I know it's not from the movie.
Oh,
it is the Ghostbusters theme that most of us are familiar with.
I see.
And so I played it and made a joke that, hey, it must be traumatic for you to listen to, right, Alex? That was the humorous fucking reference I was trying to make.
Thank you. Here's why I was confused. All right, we're gonna explain this. I'm gonna explain this out now, and we're gonna talk this out now, so that I can just submit this recording to our therapist, and we don't have to go this Sunday.
And the court.
I thought you were talking about how I said I only like Ghostbusters 1 and the cartoon, and I don't care about the rest of it. So I thought when you played that, you were trying to make me think of Ghostbusters properties that I did not like. And then my counter to that was, oh, no, I do like the cartoon. I said that was one of the ones I do like. Like you were trying to make me think of Ghostbusters Insurrection or whatever the fuck.
All right.
Okay, are we good?
I guess I'd be capable of the same thing in your shoes.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, it was a fun time yelling, though.
Happy holidays.
I always enjoy a good moment to yell back at Alex. It's very freeing for me.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about therapeutic.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Our first one is 2 minutes long, and it better have a good reason. Here we go.
Right.
Hi, No More Whoppers. Hope this is the right number. My name's Tim. I'm kind of a recent listener, and I never really had anything interesting to call about beforehand. Don't know if this will be that interesting anyway. But I wanted to call and thank Ray for his recent Xbox segment and to kind of say that his experience also mirrored my own. I owned an original Xbox back in the day, loved it, bought a ton of stuff for it. I owned a 360, loved it, bought a ton of stuff for it. Kind of fell off around the time the One came out. Wound up mostly gaming on whatever the current Nintendo system was and PC for a long time, especially when I wound up having a beef with Sony about my PS3 that's not funny enough to get into here. I finally bought a Xbox One from my best friend back home in about 2019, and I signed into my Xbox Live profile on it for the first time in a very long time, and I found that it still had most of the games I had purchased over Xbox Live. So here on my nice new Xbox One, the first 3 games I would play for would be Mega Man 9, Resident Evil 4, and Halo Reach, none of which were, new by then. And I've kind of done the same thing with my Series X. I was lucky enough to buy a Series X on launch day. I wound up, getting both the Judgment games for it. I played Like a Dragon for it. I'm still kind of playing new stuff with it, but I've spent a lot of time with it just revisiting backwards compatible Xbox and Xbox 360 stuff that I just hadn't had a chance to play for a long time because I didn't own an Xbox for a while in the middle there. So I guess the point of my call is that I wanted to say that Ray is by no means alone in buying a very expensive modern console to revisit stuff that he liked from 10 to 20 years ago, because technically the most recent Xbox Series X game I have purchased is a copy of Gun Valkyrie that I found used. But anyway, keep up the Xbox talk. I know it's not Alex's favorite thing, but I love it, and I like finally having somebody on a podcast talking about a console I own. And in the meantime, everybody stay safe and keep up the good work with the podcast. Bye.
Thank you, Tim.
Wow, Lost Judgment. We just talked about that.
We did.
Not for Xbox, though.
No.
For PS5.
That's right. Get in or get out. Oh.
Your call is invalid.
Oh, no. It's mean.
Thank you. Not sure I need to be thanked for anything.
Well, you do. You're the Xbox guy. I'm just sitting on the sidelines.
I don't. Yeah, but I was just talking about it.
You have the X
something to talk
gene.
about.
You are the
What do
X
I need to be
factor.
thanked for? What do I need thanking for?
I don't know. You're not shilling for the Xbox. What's the word? You're a cheerleader for the Xbox to a degree.
To a very small degree.
Well, the original Xbox certainly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. That was very, very long and heartfelt. And
yes.
I'm not going to read the transcript because it's a 2-minute call.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, Tim. Here's one. Oh, boy. We've got another one. This is 21 seconds.
All righty.
Open your ears.
Quite a alpha
Hi, Ray and
omega.
Alex. This is Demo Weasel. I'm just calling to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hope you both have a great time in the upcoming year. I hope Japan opens up to allow Ray to visit and tell us all about how much convenience stores have changed in the time. Have a great day.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Demo Weasel, but according to the transcript, well, why don't I just read it? Hi, Raven, Alex. This is Demi Weasel. I'm just calling to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you both have a great time in the upcoming year. I hope Japan opens up a low rate to visit and tell us all about how much convenience stores have changed in the time. Have a great day. Thank you, Demo Weasel. I also hope that Japan opens up a low rate.
Yeah. 0% APR.
Yes. Boy, let's all get together and finance Japan.
As long as we're talking about our mental illnesses and mishearing things and misunderstanding.
Yes.
Did you ever hear old car commercials where it would be like 0% APR, do-it signing? And as a kid, were you like, what the fuck is do-it signing? Like a D-O-hyphen-I-T?
No, I think I understood it was D-U-E.
All right. Well, I didn't, and that ruined me for many years.
But when I was growing up, I did think the theme song to Transformers was Robots in Disguise.
Well,
as in if you were to look up to the sky, you would see Robots in Disguise.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it that way, but I also knew that it was disguise. So it was just more like a fun pun thing.
Well, that's fun. Well, aren't you fun?
Yeah. Anyway, do-it signing.
Great. What do I know I misheard. I think I also misheard the Super Mario Land 2 6 golden coins commercial. I misheard something in that commercial because I was saying it at school one day, as you do.
Yeah, right.
I was just
gather the kids around.
I was just reciting the commercial the other day. 30 some years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I was, and I was reciting the commercial, and some other kid corrected me, and I don't remember what it was.
Oh, devastating!
You remember the commercial, just the talking Wario head?
Sure, we can play it now, probably.
Yeah, put it in here. There we go. Great. All right.
No, mister.
Oh no, we're doing it for real.
We're gonna sit here.
You're going to watch every last one of these Wario commercials.
Yes, until you aren't addicted anymore.
Obey me, Wario. I am your master. Mario is your enemy.
The wicked imposter Wario has cast an evil spell over Mario Land.
Don't let Mario get the 6 golden coins. Don't let Mario reach the palace.
This is the biggest, most dangerous, most challenging Game Boy adventure yet.
Obey Wario. Destroy Mario.
Don't fall under Wario's evil spell in Super Mario Land 2, only on Game Boy.
Okay, I know what it was, and it's going to be very underwhelming.
I knew it was, but tell me anyway.
I think I just thought his name was Walio. Because that was his first appearance. We didn't know what the fuck a Wario was.
I figure, okay.
And
I figured maybe you would have read about it in Nintendo Power first.
Afterwards, yeah.
But, all right.
You know what? I think that was after I had lost my Nintendo Power subscription.
Oh, you ass. Okay, fine.
Because I had a subscription to Nintendo Power for a year or two, and then I wanted to get it renewed. And I don't know if because my mom said she mailed the check. And I don't know if she was just lying or if the check actually got lost in the mail, but it did not renew.
Well, did she approve of Nintendo Power to begin with?
I mean, yeah, it was reading material,
right? Yes. Same
you're
here,
a kid, parents. She'd rather I was reading than playing video games.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, that was also underwhelming.
So, I'm sorry. What do you want? My life is a series of underwhelming moments.
I want more back-to-back comedy.
I can't do it. That's a lot of pressure.
I want you on your A game, mister. Okay. Next call.
Right. We've got one last one here. It's from our pal Paul, Phone Fun Maestro himself. Here we go.
Hey, Ray and Alex. This is Paul from Japan. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Anyways, I was just listening to your last episode and talking about Japanese bureaucracy, and that reminded me of a story recently. So I needed to ship a document back to America, and the secretary at our office, who's Japanese, called and figured out all the paperwork I need to do, and I was aware that they need some weird system for sending stuff to America. We had to have it printed out, and she confirmed with the post office, oh, no, you don't need any of that. Don't worry about it, as long as it's just like flat mail, not a package. So no problem. I go to the post office, and I take a number, wait in line, and of course the number is not for the right line. So I walk over to the other line, and they say, oh, you need to fill out this form online to print out this label. And I'm like, but they just call, or whatever. So anyways, that was that. And then another kind of funny story. I call it the Japanese shuffle. It's when the Japanese businessmen typically have a briefcase in one hand and their other arm down at their side, and they're crossing the crosswalk, and they just kind of shuffle quickly to get across the street, but it's not quite a run. It's a little saunter. Anyways, I'm returning back from work at lunch, and there's a Japanese man who is crossing in front of me, and he pokes his elbows up like he's in a running position, and he just continues to walk at the exact same speed across the street. No intensity whatsoever. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Really like the show, and I'll talk to you later. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Lovely. Okay. Yes, I've seen salarymen do that before. It's like, I don't know what it is. I think it's like they're trying to get their cardio in, but they've also got to be back in the office in 25 seconds.
Yeah.
It's a real interesting, it's an interesting kind of shuffle that they do.
Power walk.
Power walk. You have selected power walk. What?
Yep.
I've also, the first half of that as well. I have also previously been put in the wrong line and told I needed something I was told I did not need.
Yeah.
Japan's great about that. This I feel like Paul was the perfect distance from his telephone because this transcript looks like a gold mine. Here we go. Hey, Ryan, Alex. This is Paul from Japan, longtime listener, first-time caller. Anyways, I was just listening to your last episode and talking about Hapones, the Odyssey, and thought I'd remind me of the story recently. So I needed to ship the document back to America, and the secretary at our office, who is Japanese, called and figured out like all the paperwork I need to do. And I was aware that they need some weird system for sending stuff to America. We had to have it printed out, and she confirmed with the post office, oh, no, you don't need any of that. Don't worry about it. Off as long as it's just like flat mail, M-A-L-E. Not a package, so no problem. I could have the post office and take your number, wait in line. And of course, the number is not for the right line. So I walk over to the other line and they say, oh, you need to fill out this form online to print out this label. And I'm like, but they just whatever. So anyways, that was that. And then another kind of funny story. I call it the Japanese shuffle. It's when the Japanese men typically have a briefcase in one hand and the other arm down at their side. And they're crossing the crosswalk and they just kind of shuffle quickly to get across the street. But it's not quite a run. It's a little Sumter. Anyways, I'm back from work at lunch, and there's a Japanese man who is costing in front of me, and he pokes his elbows up like he's in a running position, and he just continues to walk at the exact same speed across the street, no intensity whatsoever. Anyways, hope you guys doing well. Really like show, and I'll talk to you later. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Really like show.
Really like show. Really like show. I particularly like the sentence, we had to have a printed out, and she confirmed with the post office, like... 2 hyphens between 3 words. That's their term for a printed out document, a printed out.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to need to bring the printed out with you.
Do it signing. Stuff.
Yes, do it. Do it signing. Do it, coward. It's signing. Hey, all right. Thank you very much, Tim, the Demo Weasel, and the Paul, for calling on in to No More Whoppers. You too can call. I'm pointing at you, Ray. Just call the No More Whoppers party line at 805 NMW Talk. Is that right?
Yes, or
one
of the numbers. What are the numbers?
805.
You don't write this down?
NMW.
I don't. Where's the buzzer? Trying to get up before we finish this.
God damn it.
You can call 805 NMW Talk or 805-669-8255.
That's right.
There's a 69 in there somewhere.
Call 805-669. I don't remember the other 4.
God. You got to step it up.
I already closed the tab that had the number. I'm not reopening it.
We're going to have to put you on a performance plan. And if you don't shape up, you're out of here.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, mister.
Why a T-Rex?
All right. That's pretty good.
Have they made any new episodes of that stupid show yet?
I don't know.
I probably shouldn't look right now, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Oh, jeez.
I'm an idiot. I love computers.
Me too.
What can I say? Using the internet is a fun thing to do.
It is.
I'm just going to make a really quick... There's some new ones, but they are not streamable. Great.
That's fine. That'll be our homework for next episode.
All right, I'm done.
Acquire some episodes. No, because I do want to see more of those, especially if but they're not hosted by him anymore, are they? Is he done?
No, they're supposed to be still hosted by him.
Let's study up on that, and we'll come back next episode with some... I don't know. Well, that's been a fun episode of No More Whoppers. If you want to hang out on the Discord, go to Discord.
Do you want just in the show, and I will tell people where they can find the link?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's how we can do it.
Okay.
They don't make the links easy, okay, Alex? It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
I appreciate it.
Are you ready to end the show now?
Yes.
Why a T-Rex?
We'll find out the answer to that and more next time on No More Whoppers. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Go to our website, nomorewhoppers.com. That's where you can also find the link to our Patreon.com/NoMoreWhoppers, where you can give us $1 a month to support us or $5 a month to get episodes a week early and be very cool. And then also go to nomorewhoppers.com to find the link to our Discord server, where you can just hop in, say hi.
Tune in, turn on, drop out.
Yeah, well, it's up to you. If you are a patron, you can also get a shiny name on Discord. So, yay, bonuses. And of course, our number is, once again, 805 NMW Talk. You can send us, let's say, shorter messages than the ones we gotten this time.
Try to keep it under a minute.
Try to.
Yes. How about this? You must keep it under a minute.
Unfortunately, Alex, I don't think you can police this as much as you can do stuff at the bar. So
yes, I can.
All right.
Because if we get a 3-minute thing, we just delete it.
Well, I meant the beforehand, not the screening part.
What are you talking about?
You can't stop people from calling in.
No.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We're moving on now. Okay.
Yeah, but like in the same way that I can't stop people from sending me spam email. No, but I can delete it. Oh, flawless. Oh, we did it.
Anyway, send us something cool about what you were listening to on the show, or send us over nerd stories, which are also brief or funny stories about nerds you have seen or have been. We haven't gotten any, but I still say it like it's a regular thing. Pretty cool, right?
We have a standing offer for over nerds.
Yes, or just go to Alex's bar, Critical Hit.
Yeah, you're going to run into some. Yeah.
You'll end up on the show one way or another. He won't mention you by name, of course, but
I don't want people to do that. Like the dude who keeps sending Facebook Messenger messages to the bar's account showing off games he bought. Like, impressed? Like, no.
That's awesome.
I'm
like
not.
That.
You don't need to come to the bar.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
We also sell merchandise. I would say to just find it again on nomorewhoppers.com, but we also will have a special URL for it. It's shop.spreadshirt.com/nomorewhoppers. You can buy shirts, buttons, and stickers. And our social presence, facebook.com/nomorewhoppers, twitter.com/nomorewhoppers. But we're also on Twitter personally. In fact, Alex is on Twitter. Let's hear about that now.
It's Pitohui. That's Pitohui. You can follow the bar at Critical Hit Nag. And for everything else I do, that includes voiceover and streaming and all that, just go to pitohui.org for links and information. And I'll see you at the movies.
Pitohui.
Pitohui.
On most things, I am RDBAAA. Twitch streamers like to call me RDBA, which is incorrect. But it is, it's understandable. I can see why they would do that. Anyway, on Twitter,
it's because you got rid of the underscore.
I know.
Oh.
I fucked up. Owned. Anyway, Twitter's probably the best place to find everything I fucking rant about. RDBAAA, but also RDBAAA on Twitch. And, let's see, my game company is called Bipedal Dog. Same name on Twitter, but bipedal.dog on the internet. Buy the game Blast Rush on mobile or PC.
Do that.
Alex didn't, and look at him now.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
I like to position you as the friend who doesn't care.
Well,
but for humor, because I know you do everywhere else.
I do, where it counts. I figured something out recently. Wait, are we are we still doing the show?
Why not? Keep going. There's still plenty of time. We got the whole night ahead of us.
I realized that, and I don't know if this is talking about like advertising and marketing, but like if I see one person retweet something, it doesn't matter how big that person is, if that's the only source. Like if you saw, I don't know, Tom Cruise retweet something about a new fan translation of a Goemon game. I don't know, just an example. But if he was the only person to retweet that, it would be a 0. It would not register on my radar at all. As soon as I see 2 people retweet something, then it stands out to me. And I don't know what that says about me or about the human brain, but there you go. I try to. I'll always retweet Blast Rush stuff because I hope to be that second source that someone else sees. I hope to be that second or third one.
That's pretty cool. Thank you.
Know, play the game.
I appreciate that little peek into your psyche there.
There you go. I'm closing the lid to my brain now.
Okay, bye. Of course, you only responding to two retweets on things is also why you have lost so much money on NFTs, but we'll get into that later.
It's my money to lose.
If people don't support this thing, it might not make it.
I'm sorry, Ray.
The whole thing about Bored Apes, like people buying it, I thought that Bored Ape was just a derogatory term, a generalization of NFTs. I did not realize they were all literally Bored Apes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was people making fun of them, but that's the actual thing.
No, you think people are that clever?
I did.
Well, think again.
I will think again.
All right.
Cool.
Well, Alex, this is the end of the show. Thanks for being a good sport.
Anytime.
even in the face of me yelling at you.
Every time.
Every time, yes. Everybody else, keep your nose clean and we'll see you next time. Gold subscribers, stick around till after the show. We get out of your dreams and into a car. I gotta rewrite this.
And I'm also going to have this Mekon. It's a classic Japanese fruit, now available in your supermarket. Are you low on vitamin? Are you low on vitamin C? Coming down to Walgreens, grab Mekons. They come in bags of several. Take off the skin and then eat the flesh inside. You'll thank yourself for letting you do that. Open them up and have a juice feast. Have you had fruit so decadent before? I doubt it. Come on down to Walgreens. We've also got Mother's Day cards. It's right around the corner. Have Mekons. Get moms like Mekons. This has been established. The numbers don't lie, and we polled everyone in Japan. Every Japanese mother said they like Mekons. Come on down to Walgreens for hot dog buns. Put 2 Mekons in a hot dog bun. It's called an Oriental dog. Make them today. Boil them. Microwave them. Can we still say Oriental? Get them while the packages still say that. They could be collector's items.